Going for all things auto, 5720 Country Club Road in Winston-Salem. Online at pats-bodyshop.com.
It's a kind of magic.
Live from the Twin City.
It's a kind of magic.
It's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
Today is Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
and the Coast Guard.
Thank you for your service.
Today is Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
A day to honor all military service members.
Honor military servicemen and women.
Service and sacrifice.
Risk their lives for their country.
Thank you for your service.
So let's say a big thank you
to all the veterans.
Happy Veterans Day.
Showtime.
Sports of the Triad WSJS. Good morning, everybody. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock, the 11th day of the 11th month of 2025. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm Jeffrey. That's Christian. And for all of you that have served, and for those of you that have had a family member or a friend, for all of us at WSJS and Truth Network, thank you for your service and your sacrifice. We are ever, ever grateful. And parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, be sure that you explain to your children why today matters. It is always a right and good thing to say thank you and to express our perpetual gratitude indeed. Here's a list I want to share with you. Today, of course, Veterans Day. A recent study identified the best cities for veterans to live in across the United States. There were 19 relevant factors: veteran population, how many businesses are owned by veterans, job opportunities, veteran unemployment, housing affordability, general quality of life, and the quality of VA facilities. Here we go with your top 10. We'll work our way from the bottom up. Fort Worth, Texas, good for them. Irvine, California. St. Petersburg, Florida. Orlando, Florida. And Virginia Beach, Virginia. Numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Colorado Springs is number 5. We'll skip number 4. Nod, nod, wink, wink. At number 3, it's Madison, Wisconsin. Number 2, Tampa, Florida. And the number 1 best city in the United States for veterans, Austin, Texas. Good for them. And of course, you had to know. We'll go back to number 4. How about it? Let's hear it. Put your hands together for Raleigh, North Carolina. Way to go, Raleigh, the capital city, doing a whole lot of good for veterans in the neighborhood. Thank you for what you do, folks in Raleigh. Well done, indeed. Good for us. And I wish that it was like a 500-way tie for the top spot, that we should all be grateful and helpful and willing to give back a little bit, so much in thanks for what has been afforded to us. All right, I've got some other news before we get on to Thanksgiving recipes and your Wordle Clue and Rewind and a magical musical moment. There was just a bunch of stuff to hit the news waves last night. So in Winston-Salem, this is the deal, and this will remain in place throughout the winter. In times of extremely cold weather, the Winston-Salem Transit Authority is pleased to offer complimentary bus rides to assist individuals to reach warming centers open across the city. The free bus rides begin this morning and will go until 10 a.m. These free rides will be provided when the temperature, factoring in the wind chill, is at or below 20 degrees for any consecutive 4-hour period. The National Weather Service forecasted apparent temperature will guide the time frame and the conditions for these complimentary rides. Free rides will be available during any operational hour, which they'll be open a minimum of 4 hours, at which the temperature or the wind chill is at 20 or below. So what are we looking at in the Twin City this morning? Wind chill at 20. That's the forecast that we've got. Now, sunshine will eventually arrive. Wind gusts will remain healthy and stout throughout much of the day with a high of 46. Tonight, mostly clear as we drop to the low 30s. Tomorrow, a bit warmer, sunny, more strong winds and a high of 61. And Thursday, partly sunny skies and a high of 61. But again, the complimentary rides to the various warming centers are now in effect and will remain so in the Twin City until 10 a.m. this morning. How about a little baseball news? The World Series is all done. The Dodgers have got their trophy. Everybody's happy. Contracts are being reworked. But it's sad, but it's not sad. Sad for us. Former Winston-Salem Red Sox manager Bill Slack, one of the great icons of minor league baseball in the Carolina League, and especially in the Winston-Salem, has passed away. Slack was 92 years old. He managed, right? He signed with the Red Sox in 1952. and spent many years in minor league system. He was the skipper for the Winston-Salem Red Sox, also the Winston-Salem Spirits for a while, for 13 seasons. During that time, he won 1,120 games in the Twin City, and he led the Red Sox to 4 Carolina League championships. Just a defining figure for minor league baseball, not only in Winston-Salem, but across the Piedmont Triad in the entire region. Our condolences go to the Slack family. Do you know that he loved it in Winston-Salem so much that when he retired, he moved here?
Very cool.
And then later on, as a lot of folks do, he said, I love Winston, but something about the beach. And his final retirement, he went to the coast and lived at the beach for several years. By the way, his number, jersey number 37 is what he always wore, is the only number retired in the history of Winston-Salem baseball, professional minor league baseball. That would be the Red Sox. That would be the Spirits. That would be the Warthogs. That would be the Dash and whatever's on the horizon. But so far, that's it. Bill Slack, he stands alone at the top of the Winston-Salem Mount Rushmore baseball cathedral. And so many legendary, iconic players and baseball personalities have come through Winston-Salem, either for a season or two or for a brief while. But Bill Slack stands alone at the top, the only retired number at 37, and passed away at the age of 92. And our thoughts and prayers and condolences go to the Slack family and his circle of friends. I remember I grew up watching Bill Slack manage at historic Ernie Shore Field, which is now the Couch, where the Winston-Salem Demon Deacons play their collegiate ball. But okay, that's the manager. That's Mr. Slack. That's what I always called it. I knew that name as good as I knew my own growing up. I was in the stands for a couple of those Carolina League championships as a kiddo, and my mama would take me. I had a batting helmet my mama bought me in the gift shop, the Spirit shop there at historic Ernie Shore Field, Boston Red Sox. And I had that helmet for years and years and years. I took it to every baseball game, and we would go and we would watch these legendary players, guys who would become all-stars at the major league level, and Bill Slack would be out there managing the ball. They even called me down on the field one time to play a game. I had to throw a baseball. I think it was had the Exxon Tiger. Does anybody remember? Is that right? The Exxon Tiger? I think that's right. And there was a hole. It was a big piece of plywood with the tiger painted on it. He had to throw a baseball through this hole in it. Like the tiger was holding a mitt or something. It was a hole in it. And I did not win because I can't throw. I never could throw. It was the only thing I've gotten bad at. I never could do it. But yeah, so I had my moment on the field with Bill Slack just a few steps away. And then that leads us right into, I mentioned, that was historic Ernie Shore Field, not Truist downtown Winston-Salem, right there on Salem Parkway, where the Dash now play and call home. Fabulous facility, great stadium, right? But they started historic Ernie Shore Field. Now, Ernie Shore is another one of those iconic baseball figures. Ernie Shore, by the way, here's a story that y'all need. You can impress the universe with your baseball knowledge. Babe Ruth was pitching. He got into it with the umpire on the first batter. What a shock that is. And they tossed him. Babe, you get out of here. Hit the road, right? Number 3, have a seat. And he's gone. They brought in, they had to bring in, he was pitching. I think he got 1 out. They had to call in, they had to bring in somebody else out of the bullpen. That somebody was Ernie Shore, who retired 26 consecutive batters. So Babe got tossed on the first one, and then Ernie Shore came in, and for all intents and purposes, threw a no-hitter in relief. 26 consecutive batters. And then, of course, was the sheriff of Forsyth County for a while, Ernie Shore, and then the stadium named in his honor, and worked in baseball, of course. And that's why we call it historic Ernie Shore Field. Now, that's where Bill Slack managed for 13 seasons, 4 Carolina League championships, more than 1,100 victories. And now the Wake Forest Demon Deacons call historic Ernie Shore Field the David F. Couch Ballpark. And Wake has become one of the premier power programs in NCAA baseball, right? They were a whisker's breadth away from winning the national championship a couple years ago. There was a play at the plate. Couldn't have been any closer. It was just unbelievable. Well, Wake Forest has now added to that illustrious legacy and ancestry of great baseball players. Former Wake Forest baseball All-American Nick Kurtz, or Nicky Nukes, as they call him, of the Oakland Athletics, has been named the 2025 American League Rookie of the Year by the Baseball Writers Association of America. He was a unanimous selection. What does that tell you? All 30 first-place votes. He joins Mark McGwire as the only other unanimous Rookie of the Year in athletics history. He had arguably one of the greatest rookie seasons in Major League Baseball history, and he will, in all likelihood, get some votes for the American League MVP award with what he pulled off. He debuted April 23rd. That was 283 days after he was drafted. So he's not one of these guys that spent 2 or 3 years working his way up. Now, it's like catching lightning in a bottle. He led all Major League Baseball rookies in home runs with 36, RBIs with 86, extra base hits with 64, runs with 90. His slugging percentage, .619. His OPS, 1.002. He is the 8th rookie since 1901 to post an OPS over 1,000 with a minimum of 400 plate appearances. And the first to do it, you want a name drop? He's the first to do it since a New York Yankee named Aaron Judge did that in 2017. He only played 32 minor league games, just 32 from the start. The 22-year-old put on a performance for the ages in July. He went 6 for 6 with 4 home runs. He's the first rookie in history with a 4 home run game and just the 20th player overall in the history of Major League Baseball. He's a native of Pennsylvania. Then, of course, he came to Wake Forest, had that incredible college career. At the end of the 24 season, beginning of the 25 season, he danced around the major leagues and then made his debut in the big leagues, April 23rd, against the Texas Rangers. The American League Rookie of the Year, Nick Kurtz, Nicky Nukes from the Old Gold and Black. Way to go. I mean, to tell you, we'll be calling his name for several years down the road. Don't you know Oakland is patting themselves on the back for that draft pick? Congratulations, one and all. All right, it is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's get going. Beginning, as we always do, honoring the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Biscuit King, serving breakfast and lunch all day, every day, 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., and it is made from scratch. Yummy, yummy, yummy in the tummy, tummy, tummy. Biscuit King, home of the good enormous biscuit. Star Spangled Banner, performed this morning by Metallica.
Biscuit King in High Point and Lexington serves the enormous, delicious, award-winning biscuits. Made from scratch and filled up with whatever you like best. Today's special is a sausage biscuit for only $2.19. Biscuit King. Delivery and online ordering available through BiscuitKingLex.com.
Life's fast pace can feel overwhelming, like a race against time. When you need a break, tune into WSJS. It's where the Triad comes to talk, offering news, sports, and lively discussions. With voices like Jeffrey Griffin, Jill Berlin, Brian Kilmeade, Todd Starnes, Dana Lash, Josh Graham, and Colin Cowherd. Your days will be transformed. WSJS, your trusted companion amidst the chaos. Listen live at WSJS.com and join the conversation that matters to the Triad.
A new mayor, a nightmare, and a call to prayer for New York City.
This is True Commentary with Stu Epperson, author and host of Truth Talk Live.
I am in the Big Apple right now. You'll hear the horns honk as I'm outside walking around, sharing the gospel, meeting all kinds of people, and concerned because they've just elected their first ever openly communist socialist mayor. What does this mean for the city? Well, we know they need prayer, because if you do a simple search, you will find that everywhere communism, socialism, Marxism has gone, it's destroyed economies, it's destroyed all kinds of people in many, many countries. Pray for New York. Pray this newest leader won't turn the Big Apple into a rotten apple. Margaret Thatcher said it best, the problem with socialism is that eventually they always run out of other people's money. A call to prayer for New York, a call for discernment in these turbulent times, and a reminder of the sobering words of Ephesians chapter 5. Redeem the time, for the days are evil.
Join Stu on radio, social media, and his daily Truth Talk Live podcast. Learn more at truthnetwork.com.
They work together like a well-oiled machine. Avalon Express Lube and Service, led by quarterback Mac Allen. His team of ASC-certified technicians tackle oil changes, tires, transmission work, brake repair, and inspections. And yes, there's a state-of-the-art car wash, too. Located on Highway 66 South in Kernersville, Avalon Express Lube and Service is a proud supporter of high school athletics in the Triad. For top-tier service, visit Haviland Express Lube and Service, where teamwork drives results.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
At East Coast Wings and Grill on Wednesdays, kids 10 and under eat free from 3 p.m. till close in Greensboro on New Garden Road and in Kernersville. Worldwide at eastcoastwings.com. It's a wing for all.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put that dial right back where it was. That's right, because it's the station you want to listen to.
Rise and shine. It's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS. We remain under a freeze warning until 9 a.m. Otherwise, strong winds, a wind chill of 20 or so in the early going. Then eventually sunny skies with a high of 46 today. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll drop into the low 30s. Midweek will bring in more sunshine, strong winds, and a lot warmer. We're looking at a high of 61 tomorrow and Thursday with sunshine on the way. If you would like a traveling weather forecast for wherever you may be going, whatever you may be doing, don't hesitate to reach out. The number to call, 336-777-1600, or send me an email. That's the easiest way. Whenever works for you. Any time of the day or night, I'll get it. I'll check it. I'll respond. I promise. Triad Today at WSJS.com. Paintings by the late Joy of Painting TV host. That's Bob Ross. That's the dude with the hair, with the fro, right? They're happy trees. They're hitting the auction block starting today. CBS correspondent Jennifer Kuiper with more.
His voice and brushstroke could be mesmerizing. 30 original paintings by artist Bob Ross will be auctioned with International Auction House Bonhams. The paintings are offered by distributor American Public Television, which is pledged to direct 100% of its net sales proceeds to APT public television stations nationwide in the face of federal funding cuts.
We don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. You learn to work with anything that happens in this technique.
Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
All of a sudden, I'm 7 again. I'm having a flashback. Did you grow up, Mr. Schneider, watching Bob Ross on PBS?
Not grow up watching it, but I do watch it every now and then and fall asleep to his voice.
I mean to tell you, it was such a part of my growing up. Oh my God. Who is it? Justin? Justin was the Cajun chef. Y'all remember him? Oh, I do declare, that's good eating. And then, of course, we had Julia Child in there and Sesame Street, the Electric Company, Mr. Rogers, of course. And then it was Bob Ross and Bob Vila. I don't remember this old home. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? See, we didn't have it so bad when we had our 3 whopping TV channels. Now I will sit and churn through all 984,612 channels or whatever we get now, and nothing. Nothing. I'd turn on the radio. People at my house go, "What's up? There's nothing on TV." Oh, come on. No, there's nothing. We need a little Bob Ross. That is good for the soul. Happy trees. There are no mistakes. Absolutely. Made all of us feel like we too could be an artist, right? So if you want to bid, it starts today. 30 of them will be on the block. Christian and I promised to share Thanksgiving recipes. Yesterday, we went with pumpkin pie and green salad. Right? You remember that? All right, I got 2 more for you today. We're going to start with another salad. It's 7-layer salad. This may be the easiest thing. And it's not. It's a staple of our Thanksgiving menu, but we eat it year round. And because it's appropriate. It's not really seasonal as much as it is just a great family food item. And you can teach the youngest member of your household how to make it. It's a great way to kind of introduce them. Hey, here's something that you can do, and start and get them into the whole cooking thing. Don't send your babies off to college and they don't know how to cook. What a terrible thing. No, they need to know how to cook. They need to know how to go in the grocery store and find stuff. All right. So here's the caveat with 7-layer salad. We only do 6 of the layers. I'll explain. So here's what you do. And normally we just get a Tupperware container and you find whichever one you want. Okay. And there's a lot of this that is subjective. You do what you like. Okay. This is not an edict from on high. You do what you like, what works for your family. We get a bag of shredded lettuce, spread that out on the bottom. Then we take mayonnaise. That's right, not Miracle Whip. It's not salad dressing. It is mayonnaise. And you spread it out a coat. If you like a lot of mayonnaise, a thick coat. If you like a little bit of mayonnaise, a thin coat. And you spread it on top of the lettuce, okay? Then 1 can of peas. You got to cook the peas, of course, then drain them, because you don't want it runny in your salad. That would be gross. All right, 1 can of peas. After you drain them, spread them out. Doesn't matter if they're still warm, okay? Spread them out on top of your mayonnaise there. Just make an even layer. And then get a scoop of sugar. I don't ever measure the sugar. If you like it, if you like a lot of sugar, do more. If you do a little bit of sugar, just a little bit. And you sprinkle the sugar on top of the peas and the mayonnaise and the lettuce. Okay, I think most folks tend to go with a little bit. They get the light on the sugar. And then get a bag of shredded cheese. Just cover the salad with shredded cheese. You like a lot? Put a lot. You like a little? Do a little. And then you need to fry up the pound of bacon and fry it crispy. No flabby bacon. And then once it cools, crumble it up. And just before you serve it, take the crumbled bacon and put it on top of the cheese. Otherwise, it won't be as crumbly and crunchy as it was when you do it fresh. There you go. Now, that's 6 layers. If you want to do the 7th layer, you can chop up onions and put them on there as well. And that, of course, would go under the cheese and the bacon. But that's our 7-layer salad, which for us is really 6 layers: lettuce, mayonnaise, a can of peas, sugar, cheese, and bacon. How easy is that? Onions if you want them. That is your 7-layer salad. You can use it year round, and it's delicious. It's delicious. I promise I will not lead you astray. All right, I got another one for you. We'll do it on the other side of this break. Don't touch that dial. A lot more coming your way. News, talk, sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Febreze Breeze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Piedmont Triad area weather. We have a large area of high pressure taken out over. We have dry weather on tap. It is a cold start to our Veterans Day with all of us in the 20s, moving up to about 45 for the high today with still a gusty wind turning around for the west. Clear tonight, low 32. Sunny and warmer for tomorrow with an increasing southwesterly wind, the high low 60s. Abundant sunshine Thursday and for Friday. Highs right around 60 to 65. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
At Jerry Hunt Supercenter, they don't just sell cars, they deliver gratitude with every key. As the king of pre-owned vehicles in Lexington and Salisbury, their relentless pursuit of 100% satisfaction drives them. Feast on savings and gobble up great deals all month long. With a lifetime powertrain warranty, stuff your garage, not just your plate. Their prices are something to be thankful for. Jerry Hunt Supercenter, where every car comes with a side of gratitude. Visit jerryhuntsupercenter.com and harvest the best deals.
Transform your home with elegance and durability. At Heritage Hardwood Floors, they offer exquisite flooring options that complement any season. Plus, refinishing of existing hardwood floors is their specialty. With Jesse's craftsmanship, Catherine's business savvy, your dream floors are a step away. Their expertise is matched only by their passion for quality. Elevate your space with Heritage Hardwood Floors. Online at heritagehardwoodfloors.ws. Heritage Hardwood Floors. When it comes to flooring, they have no ceiling.
It's like a hug from Grandma. Buttery, sweet, and oh so delightful. Mrs. Haynes Moravian Cookies, a treat that's been hand-rolled and hand-cut with love for over 60 years. Choose from sugar, chocolate, butterscotch, lemon, black walnut, or ginger. Each bite is a step into a community of flavor, crafted by 9 generations of cookie bakers. Perfect for the game or anytime you need a sweet escape. Mrs. Haynes Moravian Cookies, 4643 Freeburg Church Road, Plymouth, or online at haynescookies.com.
The Salvation Army of Hope Family Shelter is the only emergency shelter in Forsyth County. It provides a safe refuge and the resources to give families and individuals a fresh start and return to permanent housing and stability. The Boys and Girls Club provides after-school and summer camp programs, all in a fun, safe, caring environment. Along with the food pantry and senior service programs, stop by a Salvation Army location in Winston-Salem and Kernersville today or visit online at salvationarmy.org.
Wake up, it's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS 735. I'm Jeffrey. That's Christian. Thanks for being here. Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, take us along for the ride. We're available around the clock, around the world, online at WSJS.com. And have you taken a moment yet? I hope you will. Like, share, follow, subscribe. You can find us on social media. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're all over the place. You can find us at WSJS Triad Today. Also streaming live from our studios. Good morning on Providence Lane. Find us on Facebook, WSJS Radio Triad Today. See you online. The Christian's right there. He says, hey, and the studio orchestra is that way. All right, let's wrap up our Thanksgiving recipes for today. We talked about 7-layer salad, which is really only 6 layers at our house, and the always favorite sausage balls. Again, super easy and delicioso. Get a block of sausage. Oh, you can go with Nice's. You can go with Nifong. Whatever. I tend to go with the local sausage. I mean, Nice's is a North Carolina company. I realize it's a big company, but still, I think of them as local. Just go with local, right? You go to a country store and you see some local sausage from the butcher house, that's probably going to be exactly what you want. Just get sausage and set it out. Don't take it right out of the fridge. It won't do what you need for it to do it as well. Let it rest a little bit. Then, and again, this is subjective, about a cup of Bisquick. About. You do a little less, you do a little more. After you make it the first time, you'll go, well, I could do with more Bisquick or I could do with less. Okay? So about a cup of Bisquick. Then a shredded sharp cheese. Again, that's up to you. How much do you want? You get a bag. I would put in a cup and a half, 2. Actually, I'd probably take the bag and about half of it. I'd dump in the mixing bowl. That's what I'd do. And then you just squish it all together by hand. Now, also, if you want, you can put a little hot sauce in there. I go with Texas Pete. You go with what makes you happy. If you don't want hot sauce in it, that's completely fine also. So you got your sausage, your Bisquick, and your shredded cheese. You put it in a mixing bowl and just by hand, googe it up, squish it up, mash it. All right, just get it all in a great big old blob right there, okay? You got it. And then if you want some hot sauce in there, put it in there too. Now, don't rub your eyes if you're playing in the hot sauce. Then you're going to preheat the oven to 375. You make little balls, not nearly the size of a golf ball, smaller than that. And again, it's subjective. You like them bigger, make them a little bit bigger. You like them smaller, make them smaller, right? And everybody can wash their hands and sit and help do this. We normally do 2 cookie sheetfuls at a time. Okay. And you probably have to do 2 doses of those. That's what we tend to do when we get our pound of sausage and the Bisquick and the cheese and the Texas Pete and all that. And you make a little ball. You put it on there. You put it on the cookie sheet. Put it in the oven. Once it's at 375, bake it for 8 minutes. Take them out of the oven and turn them over. Now, they are balls, so you kind of push them down a little bit so they don't roll around on the pan on you. And then you bake them 8 minutes on the other side. If you like them a little bit softer, then maybe you don't want to go 8 minutes. Maybe you want to go 7 minutes. Watch your food. Don't walk away from the oven and leave it. You'll have a mess and maybe a fire, and I don't want that. You like them a little extra crunchy, a little extra crispy, leave them in there an extra minute. Open the oven and look at it. This is not hard, okay? But great. And then you take them out, let them cool. Woo! And you probably won't last through the day because they're super popular. All right. And they taste so good. So there we've got 7-layer, which is really 6-layer salad, and then sausage balls. This is a great, fabulous, easy way to involve your children in the cooking, okay? And you don't have to reserve these solely for the Thanksgiving get-together. These are great all year long, every season. Deliciousness, deliciousness, deliciousness. And Christian and I will have more recipes for you tomorrow and Thursday as well. All right, it is 7:39. What are we doing? Oh, that's right. We got to celebrate birthdays. For those of you who got a big day today or an anniversary, hope your morning finds you surrounded by those that love and cherish you most. First Lady of the United States, Abigail Adams, born this day in 1744. Fyodor Dostoevsky, author, Crime and Punishment, and others, but that would be the first one that comes to mind. Born in 1821. If you've never read Crime and Punishment, you really should. It's a fabulous novel. And I'm inadvertently more familiar with that book than most people might be. My mother did some grad work at Wake Forest, and part of her research was Crime and Punishment. That summer, I spent most of my summer in the Z. Smith Reynolds Library on the campus of Wake Forest University doing research to help my mother in her master's work on Fyodor Dostoevsky. What can I tell you? And so I know more about this than I ever wanted to know. And that was long before computers and all that. Any of you ever had to go Reader's Guide? You remember that green book in the library? And then you'd have to go look at the book, find it, or the periodical or whatever it was, and then you'd take it and, I was her research assistant for her master's thesis and all that. Dostoevsky at Wake Forest University. Oh my gosh. If you have any of you high schoolers or college kids, you have a paper on Dostoevsky, give me a call. Send me an email. We have much to talk about. I can help you with this. Really, truly. All right. Who else? Army General George S. Patton Jr., born this day in 1885. Author Kurt Vonnegut. And I don't know a lot about Brother Kurt. So Dostoevsky, I'm all in. Vonnegut, you should look elsewhere. Born in 1922. Actress Demi Moore, born in 1962.
Why are you doing this to me? Do you hear me? Why are you doing this to me? I just can't.
What a mate, tell her she's wearing the shirt that I spilt the margarita on and the earrings I gave her for Christmas.
Molly, Sam says to tell you you're wearing the shirt that he spilled the margarita on and the earrings he gave you for Christmas. Don't you see I'm not a fake?
Fairly intense. Some big dogs in that movie. That, of course, was from Ghost, right? So Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, and Whoopi. Oh, well, what a scene. What a scene. Who else we got? Actress Callista Flockhart, born in 1964.
And for this man to be running around vaccinating any woman he can convince to play doctor, for this man to indulge his little affliction at the expense of his wife and his children, for this man to skirt financial and moral responsibility because he found a scuzzy lawyer and a scuzzier shrink to pronounce him disabled, how dare you subject this woman to this embarrassment? How dare you subject your kids to it? How dare you live?
Oh, what was the name of that show?
Ally McBeal.
Yes, and she's with Harrison Ford, right? Aren't they a couple?
Possibly, I'm not sure.
I think have been for several years. So I don't know that she goes out and performs now. I think she's just enjoying life with her fella. And so they're good for them, right? Talented actress. That was a delightful show. I'm so glad you thought of that. I remember that now. And actor, you may have heard of him celebrating today, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I've been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every time. Because at least as a rich man, when I have to face my problems, I show up in the back of a limo wearing a $2,000 suit and a $40,000 gold watch. If anyone here thinks I'm superficial or materialistic, go get a job at McDonald's, because that's where you belong.
And what a sad demise as he lost his grip on that door in the icy waters of the North Atlantic, as Kate Winslet watched him sink to the bottom of the Atlantic. Oh my gracious. So I missed that wasn't real? And I assumed it was. So, well, happy birthday, Leo. All right, let's take a quick break. Here we'll open up the WSJS history book. Here's Rewind from CBS.
This is CBS Rewind. November 11th, 1988.
Ho,
Release of the holiday comedy
On Comet, on Cupid, on Donder.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Blister.
This is the end. This date in 1969, Jim Morrison of the Doors arrested for public drunkenness and for interfering with the flight of an aircraft. The charges were eventually dropped. November 11th, 1972. Barry Oakley of the Allman Brothers Band killed in a motorcycle crash in Georgia. It happened just 3 blocks from the site of a crash that took the life of Dwayne Allman a year earlier. I'm Brandon Brooks, and that's Rewind.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
The founding grant for Stanford University signed in Palo Alto, California this day in 1885. Washington admitted to the Union as state number 42 in 1889. In 1921, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was dedicated in Arlington, Virginia. And the Vietnam Women's Memorial dedicated this day in Washington, D.C. in 1993. All you wordlers, you got something to write with and on? Here we go. Your clue for Veterans Day 2025. The Good Gremlin. I had to look this up because I've never seen that movie. So if I'm wrong, what do we say? I apologize. This is what if I'm wrong, blame Google. Okay. The Good Gremlin. The Good Gremlin is your Wordle clue for the 11th day of the 11th month of 2025. And I just got this in before we take a break. Northbound lanes of University Parkway in Winston-Salem between Laura Lane and Oak Summit are closed. The northbound lanes of University Parkway in Winston-Salem between Laura Lane and Oak Summit are closed due to a multi-car accident and a large sheet of ice. So there you go. Please be careful if you're out and about this morning. The schools are not in session because of Veterans Day, but if you are headed to the office or to run an errand, please leave early, drive a little bit slower, give yourself extra space and extra time so that we can arrive safely. Again, northbound lanes of University Parkway in Winston-Salem currently closed between Laura Lane and Oak Summit due to an accident involving multiple vehicles and a large sheet of ice. City crews are on the scene. It is 7:46. We're going to take another break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 1 with your TV schedule and a magical musical moment on News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS.
Biscuit King in High Point and Lexington serves enormous, delicious, award-winning biscuits. Made from scratch and filled up with whatever you like best. Today's special is a sausage biscuit for only $2.19. Biscuit King. Delivery and online ordering available through BiscuitKingLex.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Better pest control starts with a better pest control company. A1 Pest Control has been protecting North Carolina homes and families from insects and pests since 1966. When it comes to keeping your home pest-free and safe for your family, choose a company with expertise to handle all of your pest problems. We'd love to be your pest control company with fast, friendly, and affordable service. Get a free estimate and save $50 on your first service. A1 Pest Control. Experienced, trusted, preferred. A-1PC.com.
Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem is celebrating 55 years of serving our community. Come celebrate with us.
Come together in celebration.
We have an abundance of 2026 Mercedes on the lot, and new models are arriving weekly. Get exceptional pricing during this event. With interest rates as low as 1.99%, you can drive away in your brand new Mercedes today. Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, heavily invested in and proud to serve our community for 55 years.
Oh no, stomach issues again? Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Child abuse is not a bad parent problem.
Keeping families out of crisis in the first place
is how we prevent it from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org and
let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
Jeffrey Griffin with Triad Today on WSJS.
News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS, the Jerry Hunt Supercenter High School Football Game of the Week. Jerry Hunt Supercenter in Lexington and Salisbury, the king of pre-owned cars with more than 1,200 in stock. We've got it confirmed. I told you as soon as we would know, you would know. Friday night, Dave Pulaski and Drew Brackett will be bringing you the game from Pufftown as the Reagan Raiders open play in round number 2 after their week 1 bye, thanks to their exceptional regular season performance. Our coverage will begin online, WSJS.com at 6:30. Kickoff from Pfafftown. Reagan, the 5th seed in the West, will take on 12th seeded A.L. Brown, the Raiders and the Wonders, with Dave Pulaski and Drew Brackett. Again, Friday night online. WSJS.com. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. What's on the tube tonight? Dancing with the Stars on ABC at 8 o'clock. Tom Bergeron returns for the first time since he was fired. Yes, sir. No tension there. A guest judge, he'll help his friends celebrate the show's 20th anniversary. On NBC, Coast to Coast Tuesday, the Philadelphia 76ers will host the Celtics at 8 o'clock. Then the Sacramento Kings host the Denver Nuggets. They go at 11 p.m. Eastern time. And then they're playing out there, but still, that's a late game for those of us in this half of the world. The 2020 special, Golden Girls, 40 Years of Laughter and Friendship, will come your way on ABC at 10 o'clock. The schedule also includes NCIS Origins at 8, Doc and NCIS at 9, and NCIS Sydney at 10 p.m. Is there an echo in here? Sounds like it. On the late night circuit, Jimmy Fallon will catch up with Hannah Berner and Miles Teller. Jimmy Kimmel will sit down with Eddie Murphy, Morgan Fairchild, and Men at Work. But that is old school, isn't it? Eddie Murphy, Morgan Fairchild, and Men at Work. That'll be a fun show. Stephen Colbert will chat with Claire Danes and Representative James Clyburn. And Seth Meyers will catch up with Joel Edgerton, Elle Fanning, and Edgar Right. How about another magical musical moment? As the month of September, we continue to share, celebrate, and highlight songs for Thanksgiving. Today's offering was released in 2010. It did not chart in the U.S., but it went to number 78 in the U.K. It also made its way into the top 10 in Austrian, Portuguese, and Spanish charts. This little ditty was written for the performer's debut studio album. It was also featured in a Hyundai commercial at the 2014 Super Bowl. And then the performer would contribute the tune to the Songs for the Philippines album, which was to generate funding and sustain recovery and rebuild efforts and the victims of a typhoon in the Philippines region. So here is Bruno Mars and Count on Me.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I'll never let go, never say goodbye. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
It is 7:55. That's going to do it for hour number 1 of the big show. Coming up in hour number 2, we'll get between the pages. Courtney will be here with Mom Life, Brain Power, and Camp Dado. That and a whole lot more. See you on the other side. News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS.
Wake in a hurry, fake handoff right, and scampering left by himself, untouched into the end zone, the quarterback.
Wake Forest football returns to a Legacy Stadium on Saturday, November 15th to battle it out with Big Four rival North Carolina. Limited tickets remain. Order yours today at godeeks.com/tickets. We'll see you at a Legacy Stadium on Saturday, November 15th as the Demon Deacons take on the Tar Heels. Go Deeks.
Hi, I'm Jay Delsing, a two-time All-American and PGA Tour veteran of 25 years. I know the game of golf inside and out. Each week, we'll feature celebrity golfers, share their laughs, inside stories, and offer great tips to improve your golf game.
I wanna swing, don't you wanna swing with me?
Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, proudly serving our community for over 50 years. That's Golf with Jay Delsing, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on WSJS.
In a world that moves a million miles a second, Haagen-Dazs invites you to slow down and savor every delicious bite. Take it one almond at a time with the Haagen-Dazs Vanilla Milk Chocolate Almond Bar. Madagascar vanilla, rich milk chocolate, and toasted California almonds make this unmatched icon legendary. Whatever Dazs you savor, a snack bar or your favorite flavor, say goodbye to the fast life and hello to savoring the finest ingredients and the richest and creamiest ice cream. That's Dazs, available at retailers nationwide.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call the Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey, it's Josh Graham here from The Drive, and on this afternoon show, Duke basketball will play its first true road game of the year on Veterans Day at West Point. And to best capture how special tonight will be, Army basketball alum and former Coach K assistant at Duke, Chris Totola, will be our guest. Listen to The Drive, 3 to 6 p.m. right here on WSJS.
News, talk, and sports done right. WSJS Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point, Burlington. Online at WSJS.com.
When your little one has a cold with a fever, try new DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. It's the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever offers fast, effective cold and fever relief for kids ages 6 and up with a delicious grape flavor that kids love. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever will help them feel better fast so they can get back to the fun stuff quickly. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Ow!
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina is a nonprofit organization that has served the local community since 1926. Through the sales of donated items, they fund employment and training programs to help people find hope, opportunity, and jobs. Goodwill Industries has provided services to 26,000 people in the last year. The good they do is because of you.
Piedmont Triad area weather. We have a large area of high pressure taken out over. We have dry weather on tap. It is a cold start to our Veterans Day with all of us in the 20s, moving up to about 45 for the high today with still a gusty wind turning around for the west. Clear tonight, low 32. Sunny and warmer for tomorrow with an increasing southwesterly wind, the high low 60s. Abundant sunshine Thursday and for Friday. Highs right around 60 to 65. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
At Jerry Hunt Supercenter, they don't just sell cars, they deliver gratitude with every key. As the king of pre-owned vehicles in Lexington and Salisbury, their relentless pursuit of 100% satisfaction drives them. Feast on savings and gobble up great deals all month long. With a lifetime powertrain warranty, stuff your garage, not just your plate. Their prices are something to be thankful for. Jerry Hunt Supercenter, where every car comes with a side of gratitude. Visit jerryhuntsupercenter.com and harvest the best deals.
Hey, this is Dana Lash, News Talk Sports for the Triad. WSJS is now your home for The Dana Show. Join me this afternoon at 2 as I break down the ridiculous politics and misleading news of the day. Don't miss The Dana Show with me, Dana Lash, on News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS. Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem is celebrating 55 years of serving our community. Come celebrate with us.
Come together in celebration.
We have an abundance of 2026 Mercedes on the lot, and new models are arriving weekly. Get exceptional pricing during this event. With interest rates as low as 1.99%, you can drive away in your brand new Mercedes today. Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, heavily invested in and proud to serve our community for 55 years.
It's a kind of magic.
Live from the Twin City,
It's a kind of magic.
it's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
Today is Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
and the Coast Guard.
Thank you for your service.
Today is Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
A day to honor all military service members.
Honor military servicemen and women.
Service and sacrifice. Risk their lives for their country.
Thank you for your service.
So let's say a big thank you
To all the veterans.
Happy Veterans Day.
Showtime. News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jeffrey Griffin alongside Christian Snyder. Thanks for being here on this Veterans Day. And for all of you who have served, or a family member, or a good, close, personal friend who has put themselves in harm's way, please know that we are grateful for your selfless sacrificing your service to our nation and our way of life, and our Thanksgiving is perpetual. It's Tuesday, and that means tonight we got a little college basketball coming your way. Duke on the road at Army. Our coverage on WSJS begins at 6 p.m. It is time for us to get between the pages. Of course, we are in the throes of football season, so we thought we'd reach out to one of the guys that knows a lot more than we know. Please welcome Jim Wexel. Hey, Jim, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be on your show.
Jim, you're a Pittsburgh Steeler expert, aren't you? Is that fair? I think it is.
I don't know if anyone's taking credit for that claim these days, today, after that embarrassment Sunday night. But, just let me throw this little story in there. I hope I don't tie you up too much.
You're good. You're good.
The great Fast Willie Parker is from Clinton, North Carolina, and today is his birthday. And I approached him in the locker, and we were close. I, in fact, gave him the nickname Fast. It's like the guy who gave Joe Green the nickname Mean.
Uh-huh.
It's an easy one, but somebody was first. And so I approached Willie in the locker room. I said, today's my daughter's birthday. And he said, oh, this is the greatest day to have a birthday, Veterans Day. He goes, I'm so proud of this day. She must be a very special person. And I turned my tape recorder on. I said, Willie, could you say that again so I could take this home? And so they got to meet. And so I always think on this day is Veterans Day of Willie Parker and, of course, my daughter.
Absolutely. Well, if we had known, we'd have called her and woke her up. We'd have regaled her with song, Jim. Absolutely. We'll be glad to do that after the show if you want. We can make that happen. Jim, I kind of married into the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, I was one of those growing up. That was not my team. But then I got married, and It was very clear that I would be cheering for the Steelers. So I got my terrible towel and my horrible hanky, whatever it is. I go and I cheer. You're right. Sunday night was not particularly thrilling, was it?
Not particularly thrilling at all. It was. People are divided on which game has been the ugliest this year. I thought this one was just a terrible game. It's really difficult to write anything about them, and I'm a writer, and it's my job, and the going is tough for this team right now.
Jim, I have a friend who is a sports writer, and he told me one time that a coach took him to task. He said, "Why don't you write something nice?" He said, "Why don't you play better?" You can only write what happened. I mean, we don't manufacture the story, but Jim's done a whole handful of books, and congratulations. And this latest offering, editor, right, is the official title for this one. If These Walls Could Talk, Pittsburgh Steelers Stories from the Sideline, Locker Room, and Press Box. Tell us about it, will you?
Well, you should throw Craig Wolfley's name in there. I'm sure that's in the title somewhere.
Yes,
but
yes.
Craig Wolfley, played in the 80s and then got into the media and he's a Steelers lifer. And that's what Triumph Publishing wanted me to find. And I suggested Craig Wolfley, and it was perfect. And I was supposed to ghostwrite, but Craig writes for my site, Steel City Insider. I know Craig can write. And so I recruited him to do this, and he went right at it. There's no, we in the journalism business procrastinate heavily. We need deadlines, and then 5 minutes before the deadline, we do our job. Well, Craig is a player with discipline, right? And he turned these stories in all through the season. And in January, I texted him. I said, "Well, let's start the work." He goes, "Haven't you checked your emails?" I said, "Yeah, but I just put them aside." He said, "I sent you everything." So, wow, everything was done. There was no ghostwriting involved. I just was the editor. I polished stuff up, but Craig can write. And, he wrote stories. There's one he's a Buffalo kid, Buffalo, New York, and he went to Syracuse before he became a Steelers lifer. And so there's a story of him going to War Memorial Stadium, the rock pile, where he fell in love with the game at 12 years old, and stories of his high school coaches. And then his Syracuse, he played with some great players at Syracuse, grew up with buddy Jim Burt of the New York Giants, and they trained under the world's strongest man, and there's a column on that. But most of the stories are about his Steelers days, playing, broadcasting, interviewing Roethlisberger, things like that, all the way up. And then, we got the book. The book was due March 10th, and Craig passed away that day. So it's posthumous, and it's precious. All we needed after Craig turned the stories in were the foreword and the acknowledgments and an afterword. And I recruited members of his family to do this. It's to me, it's a precious book. And his memoirs, if you knew Craig, if you listened to Steelers games, you heard Craig. Craig was the color analyst. First, he was the sideline announcer. And he had a very special way about him, and he was a great storyteller and a very loving person. He was, even if you didn't know him, you considered him a friend. And then when you met him, he considered you a friend right away. He was that kind of guy. Big, lovable, just a great, great person. It was a severe loss for all of us. And the fact that he died on the day the manuscript was due gives me a feeling of fate for this book. This book was supposed to be written. It's mystical in that way to me. And so the family is involved, and it's not just gushing. It's precious. It's a precious book.
I think, Jim, so often our stories and those common threads that kind of bind us together, that's what we latch on to. Pictures fade, and maybe the details in the memory become a little foggy, and we leave something out or we add something to. But boy, when you put words on paper, we can go back and for generations and people will say, oh, I remember this story. It becomes a part of our own experience, whether we're up close or far away. Folks, I want you to add this to your Christmas shopping list. For fans of great stories, for fans of football, particularly those that are Steeler aficionados, it is If These Walls Could Talk. Pittsburgh Steelers, stories from the sideline, locker room, and press box. Jim, a question I had, and certainly Craig would have spoken to this, I'm certainly far more eloquently than I could ever hope to, but once you've been in the trenches, once you've suited up, once you've spent those hot days at practice, once you've been yelled at by the coach, once you've picked your friend up out of the mud and said, come on, let's do it again, do the athletes become more transparent, more trusting, more forthcoming when they share those intimate moments with a journalist if they know you've also paid the price?
Wow. Well, since I've never paid the price in the NFL, I really can't answer that. But I find that linemen in particular, offensive linemen in particular, are your best storytellers. I've gotten along with all the defensive linemen for sure. The offensive linemen I've been really close with. So I'm not sure why, Tunchilk and Craig Wolfley's close friend, who also has passed, was in the media, and he was exceptional, just like Craig, at storytelling. And these stories, they're intimate. I mean, he punched Chuck Noll in the mouth when they met. It made him bleed, and Chuck tasted the blood, and kind of responded as an offensive lineman would, like, okay, now we know each other. Chuck was an offensive lineman too, and that story is in there. It was an accident. Chuck was he was at Syracuse working Craig out, and was trying to get him to punch better, and boom, right in the mouth, and they started bleeding, and so that was Craig's initiation. The story he tells of his rookie season when he lined up early in training camp and looked across at the Hall of Famers. The Steelers' run of the 70s ended in 79, but in 1980, they were still playing. They were still a good team, and guys like L.C. Greenwood, Joe Green, and Jack Ham were across the line, and Craig had to pull, and his target was Jack Ham, and he was licking his lips. Jack Ham had a bit of a gray beard at the time, and he thought, wow, what a way to make my mark on this team, this new team, by smashing into the Hall of Fame linebacker. And Craig, at the snap, he was pulling and he was turning right. He had Ham as the target, and he looked in the hole where Ham was supposed to be, and Ham wasn't there. And all of a sudden, Craig got knocked sideways and blinded, and he looked up, it was Jack Ham. That was not supposed to happen. And Craig, at whatever, 22, 23 years old, was the young, agile, strong young man who was going to prove a point, and the wily old veteran knocked him on his keister. So stories like that, Craig could really spin a tale. And to your words were very eloquent, by the way. The way you put it is exactly you would get along great with Craig.
Jim, I think there's something, I'll even admit it. I'm totally, if I offend anybody, I kind of apologize a little bit, but not really. I don't feel an emotional depth of connection with our home state Carolina Panthers. I mean, I was thrilled when the team was created, but it's just kind of, I want them to do well, and I certainly don't cheer against them. But from the moment I put on my black and yellow, and I kind of, all right, we're going to be here, and I'm going to cheer for a Steelers game, it felt like something different. Have you ever gotten a sense of that when it comes to Pittsburgh Steeler football?
I've written, I don't want to take credit for writing this book, but this is my 7th book I've turned out. The other 6, I've been the writer. One was Steelers Nation, and, I got into North Carolina. I went to visit Willie Parker, went to visit a few other places as Steeler. It really has been a great Steelers rooting section, for lack of a better term. there's definitely something to the tradition, the family, and the titles. 6 titles will do that. And a lot of those players, especially from the 70s, stayed in Pittsburgh, and they come back to visit. They're in the locker room. They're at practice. When Troy Polamalu comes to practice, there's a buzz, and then there's talk, and then there's interviews, Steelers for life, and then there's look back, and then he gives guidance to the players. Mel Blount is always around. Wolf Lee, Ilkin, Joe Green comes around. It's special, and it feeds on itself. So those titles were big. I don't want to say it can't happen with Carolina, but I understand your I don't know if it's frustration, but I understand the lack of depth involved with the team that Pittsburgh shares with its team. And I don't want to say it's any different geographically. It can happen, and it should happen. And, with Mike Tomlin, he's just under assault by fans. He hasn't won a playoff game in a while. He hasn't had a losing record, so he's not going to get fired. He really is a good coach, but they're kind of treading water right now. But the ownership, a family-run team, the Rooneys do not want to get rid of a coach like that. They love the stability, and the stability leads to the exact entrenchment of tradition of what you're talking about. So I don't know that it's a bad thing that they don't want to fire Tomlin. I like Mike Tomlin. I think he's a great coach. And it's really a verbal jousting here in Pittsburgh. It's the chronic argument. It never ends during the season. After every loss, they have to fire this guy. So, but
I hope not. I like Tomlin too. I do. And Jim, I got to tell you, was funny Sunday night. The camera is panning the stands, and it's Celebrity Central is what they're doing. And they passed Troy. And I kind of smacked my son. He was sitting beside me on the couch. I went, ooh, did you see him? And Miles looked at me and he goes, yeah. I went, oh, and Miles goes, who is he? Well, that's just opening the door. I went, oh, Miles, he just the hair and passion and fun, and we played with a swagger, and by that time we were on to the next play. I went, just remember this. We have to come back. We have to have the Troy lesson, but just later we'll come back to it. And yeah, it was just like this bigger than life legacy was kind of smack dab in the middle of our family conversation, and you go, yeah, that's what Steeler football is all about. Folks, again, you can get it, all the regular suspects on Amazon. Go into your favorite local bookstore and say, I want Craig Wolfley's and Jim Wexell's book, If These Walls Could Talk. Pittsburgh Steelers, stories from the sideline, locker room, and press box. Put this at the top of your holiday shopping list. Jim, I hope you'll come back and be with us another day, my friend.
Absolutely. We could talk about my Polamalu biography.
Oh, gosh, see, right there. That's the next thing. Jim, I'll be in touch. Oh, and you had a wedding recently, didn't you?
My baby girl, it's her birthday today, and yes, she got married exactly a month ago today.
Are you? You're
guy,
good.
Yeah.
You're good. Not still missing her just too much. A little bit.
Oh well, she lives in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm in Pittsburgh, and yes, I miss her greatly.
Well, come on out here. Come on, just East Coast swing, brother. And congratulations on the wedding. We're happy for your family. That's great. That is Jim Wexell, everybody. Between the pages, If These Walls Could Talk. It's 8:22. We got to take another break. We'll be right back with Mom Life and Courtney Hardman on News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS.
Biscuit King in High Point and Lexington serves enormous, delicious, award-winning biscuits made from scratch and filled up with whatever you like best. Today's special is a sausage biscuit for only $2.19. Biscuit King. Delivery and online ordering available through BiscuitKingLex.com.
This Thanksgiving, let Precision Garage Door open the doors to what matters most. With their $149 noisy garage door special, you can silence the racket and enjoy the holiday. Or take advantage of $250 off new double garage doors or $150 off single ones. Stuffed with gratitude, powered by Precision. They handle the garage and you handle the turkey. Visit PrecisionDoorNC.com and make your garage door the gateway to a memorable Thanksgiving. That's PrecisionDoorNC.com.
Public ice skating is happening at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. Join them for public skating hours, no school skate days, holiday skating, group skating lessons, and party time skating, because parties on ice are the best. Visit WSFairgrounds.com for more information. Public ice skating is open at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, your one-stop source for entertainment in Winston-Salem.
The heat and rain have held you back, but cooler days are just around the corner. It's time to reignite those outdoor ambitions. Whether it's mulch, sand, gravel, topsoil, or stone, Black Sand Company has everything you need to transform your space. Visit them online or call 336-788-6411. Your outdoor vision deserves the best materials, and Black Sand Company delivers. Don't let the weather dictate your plans. Start building your dream outdoors today with Black Sand Company.
Hi, this is Aaron.
And I'm Jamie.
Join us for the CNC Auto Show.
We're true automotive experts who work in our own auto repair and maintenance shops each week. We love answering your car questions, and no matter the question, we have the answer.
Having fun each week is key, and the laughs are guaranteed.
So join us every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for the CNC Auto Show, right here on News Talk Sports for the Triad WSJS.
Don't you want to see me go bouncing down the road?
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads, way fresher than detergent alone.
TWI Motors, 336-602-8275. They buy junk cars or any unwanted vehicles. They pay cash and haul off for free. TWI Motors, 336-602-8275.
Good morning to you there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Time to get your morning on with Jeffrey Griffin on Triad Today.
News Talk Sports for the Triad WSJS. Time for Mom Life with Courtney Hartman. Hey, my friend, welcome back.
Hey, Jeffrey. Good morning to you.
Good morning, dear. So normally, Courtney and I have known each other a long time, and we pick and play and laugh, and we just share all kinds of happy stuff and opportunities. But we want to be serious this morning as we approach the holidays. It's not always fun and joy and good times for folks in their home life. And so we don't want to dismiss that and just kind of brush over it like it doesn't exist. Courtney, some folks are in just a precarious spot, and we wanted to provide as much information as we can for those that may be seeking a way out or to something better, and you've got a ton of resources to share with us. So have at it, my friend.
I do, but Jeffrey, due to popular demand, let me start with a joke that has nothing to do with our topic.
Okay, all right, yes.
Because I'd hate to talk about kind of more negative and then turn into my joke. So,
here we go.
So here's my joke. What sound does a turkey phone make?
What sound does a turkey phone make, Courtney?
Wing, wing, wing.
That's funny.
Thanks, Christian.
Okay. Feel free to take that and use it on your own, everybody. There. All right.
That's right.
Wing, wing,
That's right.
Wing,
okay.
wing.
So, yeah. So most of our topics are, pretty light, but this is a pretty heavy topic. I wanted to talk a little bit about domestic abuse in families. And yes, at the holidays, it gets really tense, especially if you already have abuse in the family. But domestic violence it can be very, very violent, and it can be in different ways. It could be physical, it could be financial, spiritual, verbal, and emotional. But Jeffrey, I'm telling you, from people that I've spoken with, because I have worked in this field before. A lot of people think it's mainly physical, but it is the verbal and emotional abuse that can bring someone down to the ground. I mean, it truly can, to the point of suicide. And it is such a touchy subject for people to discuss. But I just want to discuss a little bit about different ways that you can go if you have a friend that's in a situation like this, or if you are in a situation like this.
Okay.
So what steps should you take when you might have a friend or you're in this situation? Just talk with them, be a listener, encourage them. If it's to the point where they feel like, I've got to get out, like it's been going on for a really long time and I've got to get out. Well, you've got to make a plan. You can't just say, just leave, because you might have children involved. You might have, other situations that you just cannot leave. Financially, you might not be able to just walk out. I mean, you become homeless. And so you just need places to go. There are places that women and men can go to if they do have problems and they feel like they need to leave immediately. That's for their safety. And these places they're very private and quiet. No one knows where you're going. You just have to be able to reach out to them.
All right, Courtney.
So document.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Christian, I think we would be wise to let's go ahead. Courtney, can you hold on through the break?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so let's get Courtney to hold on, and then Christian, if you will call Jermaine, saying we're going to bump Brain Power. I'll call him, but I just think we probably need to go ahead and wrap up this conversation with Courtney. So I love Jermaine, but we may forego Brain Power with Jermaine, and he'll be back with us another time. Maybe we'll have a special edition of Brain Power next week. So see if you can go ahead and get him, and Courtney's going to hold on, because I think this is really important. Talking about domestic abuse, those who may find themselves in harm's way, help and resources are available, and we want to get all that information to you. So everybody just hold tight. We'll take a break, we'll adjust, and we'll be back with a lot more. News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Piedmont Triad area weather. We have a large area of high pressure taken out over. We have dry weather on tap. It is a cold start to our Veterans Day with all of us in the 20s, moving up to about 45 for the high today with still a gusty wind turning around for the west. Clear tonight, low 32. Sunny and warmer for tomorrow with an increasing southwesterly wind, the high low 60s. Abundant sunshine Thursday and for Friday. Highs right around 60 to 65. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Hello, Triad. This is Todd Starnes, and I'm so happy to have you be a part of the Todd Starnes Show family in the Triad. Each weekday, we've got you covered with the latest on politics, faith, and culture news, along with the top newsmakers and your calls.
Just let me do the talking. I know it's hard to believe it.
So join me today at 12 noon on your home for the Todd Starnes Show. News, talk, sports for the Triad. WSJS.
Life's a whirlwind of news, sports, and unpredictable weather. But what if you could catch every moment? Dive into the heart of the action with WSJS.com. From thrilling sports plays to heated debates, we've got it all. Listen live from anywhere in the world. Meet your favorite hosts and join the fun with contests and live events. Whether you're a news junkie or a sports fanatic, WSJS.com is your ultimate playground. So why wait? Get in on the action and make every moment count with WSJS.com.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Classes available online or in person. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted. Not available in Washington State.
Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin, only on WSJS.
News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS. We're in Mom Life with Courtney Hardman. And so here's what we're going to do, everybody. Jermaine Williams with Brain Power is going to join us later on this hour. And Miles was scheduled to be on with us for Camp Dado. We told Miles to go back to sleep. The kids are out of school for Veterans Day. So I called him. I said, not today, buddy boy. And he said, okay, father. And so off to bed he went, and I'm sure he'll wake up later on this morning. So we've got Courtney for a few more minutes as we continue our discussion about those that may find themselves in extraordinary circumstances regarding domestic violence and some of the resources and options that are available to you. And then we'll get to Jermaine Williams and Brain Power. But Courtney, you are back in the spotlight, my friend. And one thing that you mentioned before our break, this can be applicable to ladies and men. So domestic abuse and violence is not restricted just to one gender, is it?
It is not exactly right. And if what I had finished with was, if you realize you're in a relationship that's abusive, you might or might not realize it, but if you are, you need to really document everything. You need to record everything that is said. It's truly detail by detail, the date that it happened, in case anything has to go to court. Open up a bank account. Start taking money out of your joint bank account if you have a joint bank account, so that when you do leave, you have the money available. Have a burner phone. There's a phone that you can have where people cannot reach you, because your spouse is going to constantly be looking at your phone bills and everything you do, any credit cards. So you need to make sure that you are kind of in silence, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Tell people, reach out to your closest friend and family. They're the ones that you should trust the most. They're not going to tell people you hope that, that these are plans that you have, but they need to know in case you do try to escape the situation, and they need to know where you are. But yeah, so that's just really important, is just to have that plan in place. What happens in a domestic violence situation? Men or women, they want the control. They want intimidation. They want to embarrass you in front of people. But a lot of times when they're out in public, they're not going to make a scene. They're not going to have the more outright embarrassment. They're just going to control you by the way they behave, the way they hold your arms or whatever. So it's not just the physical harm necessarily, it's the mental. You're afraid of them. You're walking on eggshells. The kids are terrified at home. So it has a lot to do with psychological And it's very, very damaging. So what do you do in a situation if you're in a relationship? Leaving is so difficult and dangerous, but it has to be done. If you're in a relationship, you might think my partner is going to change. He or she will change. They will not change. They were brought up in a situation where they had the same situation at home, and it's just not going to change. You think counseling might help between the both of you, but if it's gotten to the point of so bad, the person is not willing to change. So just be cautious when you leave. Just try to think of other ways that you could escape. But the most important thing is know when there is abuse. No loving relationship.
Don't even realize it, and
They do
maybe
not.
that is when a close friend, I'm talking about that inner circle of folks, there may be one or two people in the world that you trust enough to have that conversation. They sense it, they see it, they hear it, they feel it. They will intuitively know that something is not right. And so don't just, if somebody pulls you aside and really with all the love that somebody can muster and says, I'm worried, I'm concerned, then you need to listen to them. And
you really do.
Maybe they're wrong, but maybe they're right. And so if somebody loves you enough to intervene, then don't just push them aside. Let them be a resource for you. Let them help you however they might be able, right?
Yeah, and Jeffrey, not every relationship's happy. You have fights with your wife. I have fights with my husband. But you know what? When there's true love, you know how to make up for that. And you know that what we're arguing about is absolutely worthless. But in an abusive relationship, it never stops. And it's the insulting and just the heartbreak that these people go through that they just feel like they can't get away. So there are so many resources, Jeffrey.
Sad. It is sad.
Put them on. It is so sad. Put all these resources that I've given you on the website, and these folks can go. Family services of different areas, Guilford County, Winston-Salem, legal aid, the sheriff's department. There's a national domestic violence hotline you could call. But remember, if you make these phone calls, it needs to be in a location where your spouse cannot check up on it and see that you've reached out.
So,
because leaving the relationship is the most dangerous part of the entire situation. So that just want to leave that up to people to just think about when the right time is, and they will know when the right time is once they discuss with that folks.
And sometimes you can, as just a friend, a family member, maybe a coach, a Sunday school teacher, a counselor, you will see it. You will sense it. You have to figure out a way when to involve others. How can you approach and have the conversation? I mean, Courtney, when I was in the classroom, and I routinely, weekly, I called the parents of the kids in my class. Now, 95% of the time, it was to share something good. Hey, Leroy was really spectacular today on the pop quiz. Just wanted you to know if y'all want to go get some ice cream or something, it's well-deserved.
Right.
But sometimes there were more grown-up conversations, and I had, of all the years, there was one time a youngster came to me after class and said, if you must call my house, please call my mother, don't call my father. And you just immediately, why would a kid say that? And I said, what's going to happen if I call dad? And it was pretty clear, without the kid even having to say a lot. And so I reached out, to people who have more resources and more familiarity and more knowledge about how to proceed with that situation. But it can be something as simple as a kid goes, please do this, not that. And
the sad part, the sad part, Jeffrey, is that these kids of all ages are in this situation, and they could be the one being abused.
Sure.
And they are terrified to tell anyone, because who are they going to have to go home to? That person.
And they've got to go live it. They've got to live it.
Yes. So that's a really tough situation when you have a child that's in an abusive situation, and you can't just be the hero and say, I'm taking this child. You have to take very, very safe steps.
Yeah, and Courtney, there may have been a generation where you could do that. You don't have to go home. You just come to my house. But that's not the age and the time in which we live. And so there's a very different way. And folks, Courtney said, document everything. Go ahead and make preparations. It is not easy. Sometimes you're left with no alternative. But, if you were in harm's way, then to get out. But if you can, make preparations, open the bank account, put money away, get a burner phone, tell your friends. Maybe you have a code word. If you just text your friend, maybe it's something as silly as a butterfly. That's what you text. And if your friend gets that, they know what that means. And then you got to think of the future. And as impossible as that may be, where are you going to go? How are you going to live? Because so often, Courtney, the other person, the dominant personality in that relationship, they have control of the finances. And so, once you leave, your bank card's gone, your credit cards are gone, you're not going to have a cell phone, your insurance, all of that stuff. You may not have access to any of your financial files, right? So make copies and give them to a friend and say, can you keep this, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. I mean, I've had friends that have gone through this, and it doesn't the partner doesn't just leave and then everything's happy-go-lucky and the person has stopped. The person continues year after year, and especially if there's a child involved, they're going to have to see their child, unless the court takes them away. And so, you're still having to encounter this person, and they're manipulating you. So, well, I have money and you don't, so the child needs me, and so it can bring you down. It truly can bring you down.
And so, that first step, whatever that means for your situation, that's going to be the most difficult, the most intimidating, but you do not have to take that step alone. And so we encourage you to do that. We'll wrap this up. We'll get all of these resources posted. Again, Courtney touched on these. Guilford County Family Justice Center in Greensboro and High Point. Family Services of the Piedmont, they have a 24-hour crisis line. That number, 273-7273. I'll give it to you again, 273-7273. Family Services, legal aid, the sheriff's office in whatever county you may be in. There is a national domestic violence hotline that is available 24 hours a day. There is a rape, abuse, and incest national network as well. And Love is Respect. For information on healthy relationships for those that could be experiencing dating abuse. And so some teenagers get involved in that, and people in their young 20s or maybe even older. And if it feels right, that's not how you should be treated. And you should not be in that relationship. And love, sadly, will not always change it. So, Courtney, great conversation. We'll try to end this on a lighter note. I did give my wife a black eye one time.
By accident, we hope, Jeffrey.
Courtney, I'll tell you the truth. It was right after we were married, and at one point your life goals change, right? And eventually you say, one day I'd like to have furniture that I did not have to assemble, right? That eventually becomes a life goal. So, but in the early days, you assemble your furniture, right? Right after you get married.
Yes.
We were assembling a TV cabinet, and I don't know. I think I put part of it together backwards. And so I was trying to take it apart, and I was trying to get a screw out, and Vicky was standing behind me, and my hand slipped. I was sweaty, and I was frustrated, and I popped her right in the face with my elbow, just going backwards, trying to get that screw out. And boy, she had a shiner, and I just, oh my gosh, I was so sorry. I just, oh my God, and all that. And she gets up off the floor kind of laughing. She goes, when everybody sees this, you're going to do whatever I say. Well, oh my God.
That's right.
It's not like that. So yeah, that was as close as we ever got to that line. Mercifully, I've just been very fortunate to be with one of the best people ever in the history of the world. And you too. We are both, I think both of us just really kind of lucked out. We won the wedding lottery, right?
We did for sure.
That was good stuff. So way to go, Michael. Way to go, Vicky. But folks, if you find yourself in a different situation, just know that help is available, and know that you are loved, and people stand ready to be with you on a very difficult journey. So, Courtney,
and Jeffrey, we didn't even talk about just real quick. We didn't even talk about. You're right. You will see signs. You can see the signs of people being abused. If they come into work and they have a black eye every day, that doesn't happen every day.
No,
so there's something to be alarmed about.
Right. Now, if you really were putting together furniture and you're laughing about it and it's not a secret, if you see somebody with a bruise and you go, how'd you get that? And they make up some ridiculous story, then you know. You know. If somebody goes, yeah, Jeffrey whacked me across the face while we were putting together a TV cabinet, that also, okay, that really was an accident. He did not mean to do that. So there you go. Don't be like me. Be better. All right, Courtney, I got to get. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
And happy Turkey Day early, right?
Yes, wing, wing, wing.
Wing, wing, wing. We'll be back with Brain Power and Jermaine Williams. I can't believe I walked into that one again. On News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS.
I got to be honest, the transfer portal feels a little like Bitcoin. Everybody thinks they're going to get rich, and it's a lot of nonsense and hope. I'm not really sure you're ever going to be able to buy a really nice house with it, but hey, it sounds great. Let's bring in all these new players. Third is here. That's right, the herd with me, Colin Coward, on WSJS. Join me weeknights, 6 till 9 p.m. Yes, I'm opinionated. I make you think, though, I hope, and react. 6 till 9, it's the herd on WSJS.
Friday nights are electric on WSJS.
Inside the 10, inside the 5, touchdown East for sight.
It's the Jerry Hunt Supercenter High School Football Game of the Week. The king of pre-owned vehicles in Lexington and Salisbury.
It's loose, and Grimsley falls on top of it at midfield.
The High School Football Game of the Week is also made possible by our friends at Play It Again Sports, by Pat's Body Shop and Towing, by Dario Restaurants, by the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, and by Haviland Express Lube and Service in Kernersville.
Into the end zone, touchdown Mount Tabor.
Special thanks to our friends at Glorified Body Well Spa in Clements, by Northwest Ace, by Mrs. Haynes Moravian Cookies, by Black Sand Company, by A1 Pest Control, and by LeBlue Ultra Pure Water.
And the kick is blocked. Reagan able to get the pressure right up the middle.
The Jerry Hunt Supercenter High School Football Game of the Week, right here on WSJS and online at WSJS.com.
Hola, amigos. Fall is in the air, and your best Mexican food is ready to be served at Pancho Villa's. Come to one of our 2 locations in the Triad for the best, authentic, delicious Mexican food. We're excited to be partners on the Truth Network, and we're glad to serve your family all year round.
Pancho Villa's, Mexican and seafood restaurant on South Stratford Road, Winston-Salem, and Pancho Villa's High Point on West Fairfield Street near the Walmart.
At Second Harvest Food Bank, they believe everyone deserves to eat. Too many families across Northwest North Carolina are struggling to keep food on their tables. With your help, Second Harvest Food Bank can change that. Together, they can make people's lives better and build food secure and healthy communities for all. Give today and become a meal maker, volunteer, host a food drive, or lend your voice and advocate. Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina, Shore Fair Drive in Winston-Salem. Online at secondharvestnwnc.org.
Open enrollment for health insurance starts in October. Learn how to avoid Medicare scams. What are the best plans? Hi, this is Jill Berlin. Join me Thursday mornings on the Jill Berlin Show to learn about your best health insurance options so that you can get the best care. We'll break it all down. Send me your questions. Jill at rsvp65.com. That's Jill at rsvp65.com. Plus, enjoy a positive quote and what's trending new online. The Jill Berlin Show, Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. on Triad Today on WSJS.
Good morning. It's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS. So we were caught up doing some really serious conversating during Mom Wife with Courtney. So we appreciate Jermaine Williams, who was able to adjust his schedule a few moments to join us for an abbreviated version of Brain Power. Good morning, Jermaine. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Mr. Griffin. Are you staying warm over there in the Piedmont Triad?
No, it's not warm now. No, we've been wind chill about 20 this morning.
Yeah. Same thing here in hot Atlanta or cold Atlanta today. Not really feeling it. Haven't been feeling it for 2 days.
Oh, I don't know. It's been chilly for yesterday and today. I agree. We're in that same cover. That's right.
Yeah, outside playing in the leaves, having a good time in the 70-degree weather on Saturday and Sunday, and about 4 o'clock, all of a sudden, old Mother Hubbard started knocking on the door, and here comes the cold wind.
I like the cold, Jermaine. This is not problematic for me. I love the cold weather. So bring it on, brother. Bring it on.
Yeah, you can keep that cold weather. I moved to the South for a reason, and it wasn't for this.
It'll pass. It'll pass. It'll be warm
That's
tomorrow.
true.
All right.
That's
Simmer
true.
down. Simmer down.
That's true. All right. Well, you know what? Since it's November and it's the holiday season, I thought maybe we should talk about some offbeat holidays that we celebrate here in November.
Go for it. We got a few minutes. We got just a couple minutes. So lay them on us. Let's have it. I'm always ready for a party.
Okay. Coming up here on November 13th, we will celebrate, and there really probably needs no explanation for this, World Kindness Day.
I love it. Yes, do something kind. That's Thursday. Thursday, everybody. Be nice. There. All right. Yeah. So there you go.
All right. Let's shift over to November 15th.
Yes.
And it's Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day.
That is not a real holiday. Seriously? Oh my God.
Yes. Yes. And if you go to some households, and I won't say that it's in our household. I mean, although it is sometimes. You could also call it Discover the Science Project you didn't know you had growing in the back of your refrigerator day.
Now, occasionally, every so often, Jermaine, I go on a rant about leftovers, and they have to be out of the refrigerator. I'm tired of seeing them. I don't like leftovers, generally speaking. So I'll pull out all the leftovers. You can eat them. You can take them next door. You can whatever, but they cannot be here. The end of leftovers day. I do that every so often, and I just will then clear out everything, and that's kind of then I vent and I'm able to let it all out. Then we can start the restocking process.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
So also on November 15th, and bundt cakes are special to Shayla and I because that was the cakes that we had at our wedding. But November 15th is also National Bundt Day.
So what would that'd be Saturday? Is Bundt Cake Day?
Saturday, yeah. Saturday's Bundt Cake Day.
Ooh, let's go. We get some cake mix. Let me churn those out. I like bundt cakes. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
That was what you had at your wedding?
We did. We had little bundt cakes. We had 4 or 5 different flavors of them, and we had probably 100 little mini bundt cakes.
Oh, that's
we had
great.
about 100. Yeah, we had about 150 left over. So the drive from Colorado back to Greensboro, we were snacking on them all the way through Mobile, Alabama, and San Antonio. Yeah,
that's good stuff. All right, Jermaine, we probably got time for 2 more. Let's have them quickly.
All right, 2 more. Both of them will be November 17th, which is next Monday. One is Homemade Bread Day, which is the best thing since sliced bread.
Right.
And National Unfriend Day.
Unfriend Day?
That's right. So Jimmy Kimmel is actually responsible for this. So make sure you jump on your phone and swipe left or right, whichever way you're supposed to get rid of all those friends.
There's a surprise coming for those of you that live on Facebook. All right, that's so funny. Jermaine Williams and Brain Power. Get out there and enjoy the cool weather, my man. We'll talk again soon.
All right, buddy. Sing them.
I appreciate the visit. We'll be back with hour number 3. News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS.
Biscuit King in High Point and Lexington serves enormous, delicious, award-winning biscuits. Made from scratch and filled up with whatever you like best. Today's special is a sausage biscuit for only $2.19. Biscuit King. Delivery and online ordering available through BiscuitKingLex.com.
Some people tune in for news, others for their favorite sports talk. But at WSJS, you get the best of both worlds. Broadcasting live from the Triad, we bring you the latest updates, thrilling sports action, and engaging talk shows that keep you informed and entertained. Visit WSJS.com for more info and join the conversation. Don't miss the chance to stay connected with the Triad's trusted source. Tune in today and be part of the dialogue. Only at WSJS.
A new mayor, a nightmare, and a call to prayer for New York City.
This is True Commentary with Stu Epperson, author and host of Truth Talk Live.
I am in the Big Apple right now. You'll hear the horns honk as I'm outside walking around, sharing the gospel, meeting all kinds of people, and concerned because they've just elected their first ever openly communist socialist mayor. What does this mean for the city? Well, we know they need prayer because if you do a simple search, you will find that everywhere communism, socialism, Marxism has gone, it's destroyed economies, it's destroyed all kinds of people in many, many countries. Pray for New York. Pray this newest leader won't turn the Big Apple into a rotten apple. Margaret Thatcher said it best: the problem with socialism is that eventually they always run out of other people's money. A call to prayer for New York, a call for discernment in these turbulent times, and a reminder of the sobering words of Ephesians chapter 5. Redeem the time, for the days are evil.
Join Stu on radio, social media, and his daily Truth Talk Live podcast. Learn more at truthnetwork.com.
Heritage Hardwood Floors, they've been crafting exquisite flooring solutions for homes, businesses, and schools since 2005. Offering hardwood, carpet, and waterproof laminate, they ensure quality and style at every step. Plus, refinishing of existing hardwood floors is their specialty, backed by over 60 years of combined experience. With unmatched customer service, they will elevate your space with the care you deserve. Transform your floors today. Visit heritagehardwoodfloors.ws. Heritage Hardwood Floors, when it comes to flooring, they have no ceiling.
Calling all wing lovers. East Coast Wings and Grill on New Garden Road in Greensboro and in Cartersville. Kids eat free Wednesdays. Kids 10 and under eat free from 3 p.m. till close. Visit eastcoastwings.com for all the details.
Hey, it's Josh Graham here from The Drive, and on this afternoon show, Duke basketball will play its first true road game of the year on Veterans Day at West Point. And to best capture how special tonight will be, Army basketball alum and former Coach K assistant at Duke, Chris Spatola, will be our guest. Listen to The Drive, 3 to 6 p.m. right here on WSJS.
We are News Talk Sports for the Triad. WSJS Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point, Burlington. Online at WSJS.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Piedmont Triad area weather. We have a large area of high pressure taking on over. We have dry weather on tap. It is a cold start to our Veterans Day with all of us in the 20s, moving up to about 45 for the high today with still a gusty wind turning around for the west. Clear tonight, low 32. Sunny and warmer for tomorrow with an increasing southwesterly wind, the high low 60s. Abundant sunshine Thursday and for Friday. Highs right around 60 to 65. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
At Jerry Hunt Supercenter, they don't just sell cars, they deliver gratitude with every key. As the king of pre-owned vehicles in Lexington and Salisbury, their relentless pursuit of 100% satisfaction drives them. Feast on savings and gobble up great deals all month long. With a lifetime powertrain warranty, stuff your garage, not just your plate. Their prices are something to be thankful for. Jerry Hunt Supercenter, where every car comes with a side of gratitude. Visit jerryhuntsupercenter.com and harvest the best deals.
Duke Blue Devils football is right here on WSJS. Don't miss out on the action made possible by First Horizon Bank, Big Bank Muscle, Small Town Hustle, and heard exclusively on WSJS, along with the Duke Daily Report and the Duke Football Radio Show. Saturday, the Blue Devils meet the Virginia Cavaliers at Wallace Wade Stadium. Schedule and tickets available at WSJS.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar! La, 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 la.
It's a kind of magic. Live from the Twin City. It's a kind of magic. It's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
Today is Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
and the Coast Guard. Thank you for your service.
Today is Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
A day to honor all military service members.
Honor military servicemen and women.
Service and sacrifice.
Risk their lives for their country.
Thank you for your service. So let's say a big thank you
To all the veterans.
Happy Veterans Day.
Showtime.
News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS. It is hour number 3, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. I'm Jeffrey, that's Christian. I'm joined in the studio this morning by Michael Carbone, our fearless leader in charge.
Well, if I'm in here, it's only for one reason.
Either I'm in trouble or...
or we're interviewing somebody cool coming up next.
How about a world champion?
How about a two-time world champion?
So that was pretty cool. All right, let me get it right. So hey, Hangman Adam Page, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
All right, so Adam, I must confess, this is Jeffrey. I know what I know about wrestling you could put into a thimble. So I had to reach out to people who know more than me. So our fearless leader is a wrestling junkie. He's the world's biggest fan. So Michael Carbone and you, Adam, world champ, 2-time world champ, right? All right, so I'm going to step aside.
Current.
I'm just listening and taking notes, Adam. I don't want to be in the way.
All
So this
right.
is all you and Michael, but have at it, y'all.
Well, first of all, Jeffrey,
All right.
when you have someone on, the first thing you're supposed to do is promote their event. So tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. at the New Horizons Coliseum in Greensboro, AEW Blood and Guts. If you've never been to one, Blood and Guts matches, 2 rings side by side inside of a cage, and teams of 5, and they just go at each other, and it's madness. And also on that, and also on that card,
it's absolute madness.
Yeah, and also on that card is our guest, AEW World Champ Hangman Adam Page, and he's got a Falls Count Anywhere match with Powerhouse Hobbs.
I do, yeah. Falls Count Anywhere against Powerhouse Will Hobbs tomorrow night, First Horizon Coliseum. I'm excited about it. Falls Count Anywhere means that I can beat him anywhere. So it might be in one of the 2 rings. It might be up on top of the cage. It might be out beside your seat in the stadium. And it might be all the way out in the patio at Joymonger's. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow.
Anything can happen. And when you're from Aarons Creek, Virginia, it's about 40 miles east of Danville. So you're probably as close to home as you wrestle normally? Tell us a little bit about your early years and what brought you into pro wrestling.
Well, I got into pro wrestling when I was a kid. Like other kids, we had a trampoline in the backyard. I wanted to try to do it on the trampoline, and you started training, in a wrestling ring when I was 15. Started wrestling at 16, and just, I guess, never grew up. Just kept at it and managed to make a job out of it. But yeah, I'm from Aaron's Creek. It's not terribly far, but I live in Greensboro. I've been in Greensboro for 8 years, so I've got like a 8 or 9 minute drive to work tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that.
That'll be fun. People hear independent wrestling and they think of National Guard armories and middle school gyms with 200 folks where the athletes get paid maybe $50, $100. And that's true. But a lot of guys coming up have a day job, and yours was school teacher. Tell us a little bit about grinding it out as a school teacher and a wrestler.
Well, you're right. Yeah, it was never $50 or $100. That's way overestimating. It was for free. But yeah, so since it was for free, I obviously was not making a living. So I ended up teaching at my local high school in Halifax County, Virginia. I taught graphic design and journalism classes, multimedia classes, did that for 5 years. So I would teach Monday through Friday afternoon, hit the road, travel around North Carolina. We would do Wentworth, we'd do Greensboro, we'd do Mount Airy, we would do Winston, we would do Elkin, a lot of places around there. And I'd come back to work on Monday morning. The kids would come in. I'd have black eye and I couldn't walk right. And all the kids would make fun of me. But yeah, I grinded it out. I did that for 5 years before, finally I made this a real career.
Oh, you're going to have a car crash every time you're in the ring. And everyone doesn't understand how much they give of themselves. So Hangman, Switchblade, Powerhouse, the elite personas, characters that are developed. How'd you develop the anxious millennial cowboy, the Hangman? When All Elite Wrestling started, I knew we were going to be, live sports, live television, weekly. I kind of thought of it, less about, for me as a person, as a character on screen, less about sport, but I thought, this is the opportunity to kind of develop, a persona, a character. And I wanted it to be true to, who I am. I wanted to either fail or succeed, sink or swim as me, So I just let my real self, my real, emotions, thoughts, feelings, the things I like and care about in the world and in wrestling kind of shine through. And thankfully that has been pretty successful, I'd like to think. Has been. My wife has loved you from day one, and we really have enjoyed the whole 6-year-ish or so AEW trek there. So you break into Ring of Honor, from there out to New Japan. How's pro wrestling different in Japan than over here?
Yeah, a little different. The schedule is very different. It was every day, every other day, traveling up and down on the bus through Japan. Crowds were, a little different, maybe not quite as rowdy. I think they treated it with maybe a little more reverence, maybe. But when you worked hard in the ring, from bell to bell, they noticed, they paid attention to that, and they appreciated that, maybe more than any other kind of audience I've ever been in front of.
I think AEW gave us that first look, doing events over there in combination, and we got to see the polite Japanese audience. They stay seated, they applaud for things. It's fun to see how wrestling is different around the world and even around the country here. Our guest is Hangman Adam Page, performing tomorrow night in Greensboro. So let's talk a minute about being champ, the face of the company. It's your second time as AEW champ. First one was about 4 years ago. How's it different when you're the big draw, when you're the premium guy for the company?
You end up doing morning radio. That's how it's different. It's all the same in some respects. The job is still the job, but now you have an extra, sense of responsibility, duty, not to just yourself, but to the company at large. A lot of the company's success is going to ride on your shoulders a bit, not completely, but maybe more than it had in the past. And that's kind of the difference in holding the championship, being the champion at the current time. I'm very proud to be the men's world champion of All Elite Wrestling. I'm incredibly proud of AEW itself. It's been a tremendous company to just, for fans, for wrestling, the industry in general, and then specifically for me. It's been a great place to work, and I love this place. I really do.
Fantastic. Everybody, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m., New Horizons Coliseum in Greensboro, AEW Blood and Guts. Get out there and they'll put those cages together, and it's crazy. And everybody's performing. Chris Statlander, who we had here last year, Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm, Harley Cameron, Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, whose picture is on the wall in my son's office about 12 feet away from over here. So we've got all, WrestleCade. We collect autographs and gear and all kinds of things. So it's tomorrow night. Get out there. Adam Page, Hangman, why should we come? Take us out.
Let me tell you, if you've never been to a professional wrestling show, or if you have been before, I will say this, and I could be jaded about it because I've been doing it for so long, but I'm not. Pro wrestling is the ultimate form of entertainment live. It's an incredible show live. There's everything. There's combat. There's music. There's any kind of live performance you can imagine. You turn one corner and there's a ventriloquist. You turn another corner and there's a man getting hit over the head with the chair. It's everything that you could possibly want in a live show. And tickets start at $30, so it's not going to break the bank for you. It's a great show. I can't recommend AEW and professional wrestling itself enough. It's still incredible to me, and I've been doing it forever. I love it. I think you will too.
Hangman Adam Page, this is Jeffrey. I didn't leave. I've just been taking notes the whole time. Adam, I appreciate the visit. Come back and be with us again. It'll be you and me next time. Fair enough?
All right, let's do it.
All right. The First Rising Coliseum tomorrow night. Get your tickets online, allelitewrestling.com. Michael Carbone, you get an A+. You can go now. It makes me nervous when you're in here. We'll take a quick break. Rich, really? Bye. So there, bye. Say bye.
I'll say goodbye when I'm ready to say goodbye.
Say it. All right.
Goodbye.
Christian's going. All right, we're going. We'll be back.
We got music.
Blackbeard. Literally, really.
The real Henry Teach.
Next on News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS.
Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to America's heroes. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? Go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today.
This Thanksgiving, let Precision Garage Door open the doors to what matters most. With their $149 noisy garage door special, you can silence the racket and enjoy the holiday. Or take $50 off new double garage doors or $150 off single ones. Stuffed with gratitude, powered by Precision. They handle the garage and you handle the turkey. Visit PrecisionDoorNC.com and make your garage door the gateway to a memorable Thanksgiving. That's PrecisionDoorNC.com.
Hola, amigos. Fall is in the air, and your best Mexican food is ready to be served at Pancho Villa's. Come to one of our 2 locations in the Triad for the best, authentic, delicious Mexican food. We're excited to be partners on the Truth Network, and we're glad to serve your family all year round.
Pancho Villa's, Mexican and seafood restaurant on South Stratford Road, Winston-Salem, and Pancho Villa's High Point on West Fairfield Street near the Walmart.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
TWI Motors, 336-602-8275. They buy junk cars or any unwanted vehicles. They pay cash and haul off for free. TWI Motors, 336-602-8275.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning from Jeffrey Griffin on Triad Today.
News Talk Sports for the Triad WSJS. We've had a wind chill for much of the morning, but folks, we are moving toward warmer weather, a little bit warmer. We'll top out today about 46. Sunny skies, strong winds will remain in play. Tonight, mostly clear with a low in the bottom 30s. And then tomorrow and Thursday, lots of sunshine, strong winds, and highs in the low 60s. If you would like a traveling weather forecast for wherever you may be headed, then the number to call to reach out, 336-777-1600. And Christian Snyder, our producer extraordinaire, and or I will get your traveling weather forecast from the gang at the Storm Report. Speaking of, I hear it's going to be spectacular weather east of here, specifically talking about Beaufort, North Carolina. That's right. And I pondered this all night. Should I do my pirate voice, Christian? Is that, yes? Would that be appropriate, inappropriate? What are we doing here?
Well, we are on the high seas, so I think you should.
Arr, it's the pirate invasion. That's all I got. That's all I got. In Beaufort, and Captain Carl Cannon, now a lot of people know him better as Blackbeard, is with us this morning. Blackbeard, welcome to the show.
Ahoy, matey. How you doing?
See, that's perfect right there. That's just perfect. So what is this pirate invasion? Is this for real? Like, should we get our swords and our eye patches and be prepared to swashbuckle?
Absolutely, mate. The Beaufort pirate invasion started in 1960, and it was to recreate, in a fashion, the Spanish attack on Beaufort of 1747. And we've been doing it ever since.
I must confess, there was an attack on Beaufort, really, involving pirates. This is a real thing?
Mate, well, they're actually marauders, as it says on the sign. We have a sign in front of the courthouse that, proclaims the pirate invasion. And there were people coming up from the south trying to invade the colonies. Wasn't necessarily the Spanish, nation of Spain.
Sure.
But it was those caught in between St. Augustine and Charleston.
Wow.
Which was our lowest colony.
I had no idea. Folks, there's all kinds of great information you can learn online at thebeaufortpirateinvasion.com, thebeaufortpirateinvasion.com. If you don't know how to spell Beaufort, you should. I'll spell it for you, Beaufort. And Blackbeard, it's not one day, not 2 days, but 3 days, all weekend, right? We got stuff going on.
Well, we start Friday afternoon. We've got a pirate Santa Claus, and he's going to be taking pictures from 2 to 4 at Urey Park, right in front of Town Hall.
Okay.
And then at 5:30 p.m., we'll have the Crystal Coast Lady has a pirate dinner cruise. You need to sign up. Tickets are going quick. They're $54, but a great meal and a great cruise for 2 hours. Then we have 6 p.m. Friday. We have the Pirates Parlay in the Park. And it's a singing, a magic, a fire show. It's something different. And then Saturday morning, we open up with vendors at 9 o'clock. And then we attack the Beaufort Hotel at 9:45. And then we'll be easing up to Beaufort itself. And then we'll have the Beaufort Pirate Invasion, which is a drama this year told from the perspective of Blackbeard's Tavern, a tavern made in my own honor.
Wow, and well-deserved, sir. Well-deserved indeed. And then come 12 noon, we got a little something for everybody. There's music, there's history, there's magic, the comedy show, and it continues on through much of the afternoon and early evening, doesn't it?
Yes, it continues until dark, which would be about 5, I guess.
Okay.
Depending on, let me look at me weather. Yeah, it looks about 5 o'clock there on the old sundial. And we have general entertainment. There's pirate encampments. There's magic. There's music going on all afternoon. It's a great opportunity. Then we shut down about 5 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock or at 5:30 again, we have the Crystal Coast Lady Pirate Dinner Cruise on Saturday night. And then at 7 o'clock, we have another pirate in the park. That's a picking word there. Pirate Parlay in the Park at 7 o'clock. And it's a little different from the other show. And then Sunday, there's a pirate bunch at the Beaufort Hotel at 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. We'll have some pirates down there entertaining people. And then Sunday afternoon, we're taking a pause and we're honoring the life of Captain Horatio Sinbad, who was our former commander years ago. He passed away this year, and we'll be honoring him at 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock on Saturday. Anybody that knew that great pirate, come out and give him a tribute.
A beloved member of the Beaufort pirate community. So, folks, if you're looking for history, music, magic, comedy, street vendors, this is just spectacular. Now, Blackbeard, do we need to dress as pirates, or are we okay if we just come and join all the merriment as civilians?
Well, we won't key you if you're a civilian, so you can take that option. But, we tend to be a bit friendlier if we're in premier garb, as we call it. Never say the word costume to a reenactor.
I would never dream of it. All right, folks, it is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, the website, the BeaufortPirateInvasion.com. The BeaufortPirateInvasion.com. Blackbeard, how many years have you been doing this?
I've been involved in this about 12 years. I came under Captain Sinbad, and then when he retired, I took over in 2018, which was actually the year of Blackbeard. 300 years since he was killed at Ocracoke.
Now, Blackbeard, I just wanted to give you the opportunity. Do you have any desire to share the whereabouts of all the hidden booty that is yet to be recovered?
We may give some hints. We'll put it that way. I'm still looking for something myself. I forgot where I buried it. And then, with 14 wives, actually wasn't a whole lot left.
14. I missed that day in history class. 14 wives, is that right?
That's what some of them say, but we've got a fellow named Kevin Duffus that's going to be at the Pirate Invasion this year, and he's going to be dispelling some of those myths with his logic and reason.
Now, we've heard so much about Blackbeard over the ages. You were even the focal point of one of the expedition unknowns. Did you really have little firecrackers woven into your beard, and you would light that to try to be intimidating to your opponents? Is that a true thing?
Well, that's one of them points that I tried myself. And the fuses don't work too good in the beard because more than burning your beard, it burns your shirt up. But we figured out how it happened. Captain Sinbad maybe took some linstock, which is these slow match fuses that we used to light the cannons with in the matchlocks. And he was sitting at Ocracoke at the cistern in the gnats. You ever seen them no-see-ums I got down here? It was all up in his beard, and he was scratching the itching, and his mate pulled out a piece of the cord, and he hands it to him, and he says, "Here, Captain, like this and stick it under your hat." And he was sitting there looking at this captain, and he was like, "Oh, Captain, you look horrifying. We should use this." And so that's where we think it started at. It was a psychological warfare. I never killed anybody except in the Battle of Ocracoke, where I was just defending myself.
Well, it's completely understandable as well.
Did burn some ships, though.
Yeah, the legends are true. Now, one more question for you. If we just feel it deep down in our soul that we've been yearning to be a part of the pirate community, can say next year, 2026, can we come be one of the pirates? Can we join the community?
There's always opportunities to join several crews. We have crews from Virginia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. We have crews everywhere. And if you're interested in being a pirate or a pirate reenactor, there's always options to get in and get a good guard going and a good kit. And believe it or not, you could be firing a cannon on me very soon ship.
The BeaufortPirateInvasion.com this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A full day of excitement for all ages. And Blackbeard, do we need to get tickets, or is this just y'all get in the car and come on? Or get in the boat and come on, really?
Get in the boat, the car, the plane, however you can get here. Ride your buggy if you need to. But the event itself Saturday is free and open to the public. My nonprofit, the BeaufortPirateInvasion.com, or not .com, excuse me, Incorporated. We're a nonprofit charitable organization, and we do this for the benefit of the community. And so the main event is free downtown Beaufort. And the only ticketed things are the parlay, which is a measly $5 to help support the event, and then the dinner with the Crystal Coast lady.
And get your tickets for that and go and enjoy.
And there is a link on the website for the cruise.
Yes, sir. Blackbeard, I appreciate the visit. It's been our privilege. I hope you'll come back and be with us again soon.
I just can't sell my ship all the way up there where you're at. You got to come see me down here in Beaufort, North Carolina, where the Queen Anne's Revenge lays right here off the coast.
Fair enough. We will make our way there. I appreciate it. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, mate. And if you start stealing me treasure now, we have to deal with you. He showed no mercy, you know.
I know. I learned my lesson. I know better. I keep your hands to yourself. All right, my friends, it is 9:28. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to tell you how you can participate in the Walk to End Alzheimer's. They do so much good, and it's coming to Winston-Salem this week. We've got the details, how you can sign up, how you can be a part, where to go, when to go, who you can bring along for the ride. And then, before all is said and done, we are headed back to Beaufort for the Wine and Food Fall Fest. That is coming up. Again, happy Veterans Day to those of you that have served and in your circle of life, a family member or a friend who has just made selfless sacrifice a part of their journey through this world. Know that we are ever grateful. All of us at WSJS and in Truth Network and just in the Piedmont Triad and across the entire Illinois state and our nation. Thank you for ensuring that our way of life and our freedoms continue. We are ever grateful. And there are a ton of businesses that are offering free meals to veterans today. We've got Applebee's, Blake Pizza, Bob Evans, Buffalo Wild Wings, Chili's, Chipotle, Cracker Barrel, Denny's, and even Dunkin'. I got more for you after the break. News Talk Sports The Triad, WSJS.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
In a world that moves a million miles a second, Haagen-Dazs invites you to slow down and savor every delicious bite. Take it one almond at a time with a Haagen-Dazs Vanilla Milk Chocolate Almond Bar. Madagascar vanilla, rich milk chocolate, and toasted California almonds make this unmatched icon legendary. Whatever Dazs you savor, a snack bar or your favorite flavor, say goodbye to the fast life and hello to savoring the finest ingredients and the richest and creamiest ice cream. That's Dazs, available at retailers nationwide.
Piedmont Triad area weather. We have a large area of high pressure taken out over. We have dry weather on tap. It is a cold start to our Veterans Day with all of us in the 20s, moving up to about 45 for the high today with still a gusty wind turning around for the west. Clear tonight, low 32. Sunny and warmer for tomorrow with an increasing southwesterly wind, the high low 60s. Abundant sunshine Thursday and for Friday. Highs right around 60 to 65. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
As the weather gets colder, warm up knowing that fun adventures await you at YMCA Campaigns. Get ready because summer starts early this year. Secure your spot for summer 2026. Registration's now open. Whether you're looking for thrilling overnight camp, action-packed day camp, or memory-making family camp, they've got it all. But hurry up, about to fill in fast. Visit ymcacampaigns.org or call them today. Pick your fun and make it a summer to remember. YMCA Campaigns, where memories are made and adventures never end.
In a fast-paced world, staying connected to what matters is crucial. WSJS.com brings you the latest in news, talk, sports, and weather, all from the comfort of your home. Listen live worldwide and immerse yourself in engaging shows with your favorite hosts. Discover concert info, exciting contests, and join us at live appearances. Cheer for your local sports teams and feel the pulse of your community. Stay informed and entertained with WSJS.com.
Do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Holiday meals don't have to break the bank. Join the City of Winston-Salem and Forsyth County Extension for holiday meals on a budget and learn simple tips to serve a delicious, affordable holiday spread. Come out Monday, November 17th at 11 a.m. at the Brown and Douglas Community Center. You'll leave with recipes, shopping tips, and ways to save without sacrificing your budget. Find more details and save your space on Eventbrite.
Wake up, it's Triad Today with Jeffrey Griffin.
News Talk Sports in the Triad, WSJS. I'm Jeffrey Griffin. That dashing young man right there is Christian Snyder. Thanks for being here on this 11th day of the 11th month of 2025. It is Veterans Day. I promised you there are a ton of eateries and restaurants around the region that are offering free meals to current service members as well as our veterans. I gave you a few of them. Let me run down the rest of the list. Cracker Barrel, Denny's, Dunkin' Donuts, Golden Corral, IHOP, Krispy Kreme, Longhorn Steakhouse, Olive Garden, Outback, Red Lobster, Red Robin, yum, Sheetz, Starbucks, Texas Roadhouse, White Castle, and then there are other things, other stores where all kinds of discounts today, including Target and Walgreens and Staples. So get out there, and thank you for your service. Go and eat well. Enjoy. You can go have breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and we are grateful for all that you have done and continue to do. Now, here's an opportunity for everybody. You can get out there and make a difference. It is the Walk to End Alzheimer's coming up this weekend. Now, folks, Alzheimer's Association sponsors more than 600 events nationwide. There have been 17 in North Carolina, and for a lot of us, the closest one is going to be this Sunday at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. The Vice President of Development for the Alzheimer's Association, the Western Carolina chapter, Colleen Young, is with us. Hey, Colleen, thanks for being here.
Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for having me.
We're expecting pretty big crowd, more than 1,000 folks Sunday, if all things go well.
We are, Jeffrey, and we're looking forward to it, hoping the weather turns around a little bit. And, you know, we just saved the best walk for last right there in Winston-Salem.
I love it. Fairgrounds now. And Colleen, all the money, of course, goes to the ongoing great work of the Alzheimer's Association. But this is a fundraiser. And this, we're not talking just little bits. We're hoping to raise in excess of $315,000 this weekend.
We are, Jeffrey. And again, we are well on our way. The community right here in Winston-Salem has already raised over $223,000. We are so excited about that. But you're right, Jeffrey, this all just goes to fund our amazing mission, which of course is to accelerate research to find a cure and end Alzheimer's. We also have amazing care and support resources right here in the community and our advocacy efforts at the local and federal level. We just want to raise awareness because, you know, Jeffrey, we're so excited to have Winston-Salem behind us of our vision to have this world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia.
And Colleen, it's really exciting. It's not, sometimes you go, yeah, they're having a fundraiser. That's great. And maybe 100 years from now, they'll come up with a cure. But here in the last 2 years, there have been significant advances and breakthroughs in possible treatments for Alzheimer's, right?
There have, Jeffrey, and we're so excited. And again, have some hometown pride here as well, because just this summer, we released a study in partnership with Wake Forest University. It's the U.S. Pointer Study, and it's all about brain health. It's the first one of its kind, fully funded by the Alzheimer's Association. Again, that happened right in Winston-Salem, had a cohort of folks that we worked with over the past 2 years to participate in this study. And we are so excited about the findings and want to be able to share more with folks when they come to the walk about easy things that we can do now to improve our brain health. And it's everything from, physical exercise, cognitive exercise, a healthy diet. We're just excited about the breakthroughs, again, that these awesome walks, this funding is going and changing lives right now.
And folks, you can learn more about it online. The website to visit, alz.org. That's pretty easy, alz.org. And Colleen, here's another one. So many of us go, well, this is great, and I applaud the efforts, but this does not apply to me. This is not a part of my circle of life. But for those of us that call North Carolina home, more than 210,000 individuals are living with the disease. And then you extrapolate that, family members, caregivers, close friends, and that impacts just shy of another 400,000 people. This is a major issue for those of us in North Carolina and around the country, isn't it?
Absolutely. And Jeffrey, again, the sad thing is this disease is growing, unfortunately. We have got to do more to stop and to slow this and to raise awareness about things we can do to end this disease, because you're right, it affects so many people. When I'm out in the community, I know in Winston-Salem and chat with friends and family there, and so many people have that story of they know someone that they've lost to Alzheimer's, or they know someone who is currently struggling with it. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring this community together because we know that Alzheimer's can be a very isolating disease. But that's why we have these walks, to bring folks together, to remind them they're not alone, and have an inspiring day together. Again, all while raising some great funds to end this disease.
All right, so here is the good news. It's not too late. I know it's Tuesday. The walk is coming up Sunday, but Colleen, we can still be a part, right?
Absolutely, Jeffrey. Really easy to register. Just go online, alz.org/walk. You can register. There's no cost to register. Would love for you to do that online before Sunday, but if you can't even do that, just show up on Sunday, Jeffrey. We will be there to greet you. We want to welcome you to the walk. We have some great flowers that represent our Promise Garden ceremony that we're going to do at 3 p.m. Gates open at 1:30, and we want you to bring you, your friends, your family, your coworkers, and bring your pets. We've got some fun things for pets at the walk as well.
This is going to be the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. And of course, there is ongoing construction with the grounds right there on Deacon Boulevard. It looks different than it did a year ago. So if you've not been to the fairgrounds, give yourself a couple minutes extra, leave early. You're going to go in through Gate 7 to the fairgrounds. And then what is our gathering time, Colleen?
Yes, gates open at 1:30, Jeffrey. So we're going to welcome everybody then. Come on in. We've got some fun things for you to do before the walk actually starts. Right at 3, we're going to have our ceremony, and the walk will start immediately afterward. And we're going to be walking, it's over a mile right there on the fairground. So once you're there, you get to stay.
And if you didn't have, if you come straight from church or worship, whatever, there'll be food trucks on site. We're not going to let you starve. There'll be plenty to get.
That's right. That's right.
All right. And folks, again, you heard Colleen mention it, but I want you to go back and touch on this. The Promise Garden, it's one of the most impactful, memorable experiences that are associated with these walks to end Alzheimer's. So what happens at the Promise Garden, Colleen, and why is this so significant? Because, for, again, a lot of us, maybe it was years ago. And and Colleen, it's just the way it is. I'm convinced now, in hindsight, that my grandmother was victim to Alzheimer's, but at the time we didn't know. It was just really kind of, okay, Nanny's something's just not right. But now you look back, and with what we know now, you think, and we shoulda, coulda, woulda, and you could spend a lifetime playing that game out of sadness and regret. And I wish I'd known more. I wish I had done more. I wish I'd been better, but it's not too late. And so for those of us who've maybe had that experience, for those of us who are walking this walk right now, and for those of us who just say, you know what, Alzheimer's bites, we want to be a part of the solution and the cure and the support, the pinwheel ceremony has a place for you to contribute, doesn't it?
It does, Jeffrey. That's a really good point. I'm glad you brought up that misconception. Folks, we used to just think that as we get older, this is normal, that things like Alzheimer's and all the other dementias are a normal part of the aging process, and it absolutely is not. Again, that's why we want to find more cures, do more up front to slow the progression of this disease. But when you come to the walk on Sunday, you're right, Jeff, we want to greet you and be able to give you a flower that to be a part of that Promise Garden ceremony. And we have different colors that represent kind of your connection to the cause. Orange is just for those that want to join our vision to have a world without Alzheimer's. Maybe you haven't personally been affected yet. I think those are few and far between, but want you to come in and grab that orange flower. Then we have our yellow flowers. That's for the caregivers. As you mentioned, Jeffrey, those almost 400,000 people in North Carolina that are taking care of someone that is struggling with Alzheimer's. So they would hold that yellow flower. Then, of course, we have our purple flower. That is unfortunately the flower color that I hold. That just signifies that I have lost someone to Alzheimer's. And then our blue flower are for those people who are living with Alzheimer's and dementia at this time. So as you come to the walk, we want to greet you, give you this pinwheel flower. You'll hold that as part of our ceremony that we're going to host at 3. And then we're going to walk with those flowers. Again, just signifying that we're all coming together to end this disease and raise awareness. But it helps, bring us together for that ceremony and have that moment. And I think my favorite part of the walk is at the end when we all gather together and hold up that one white flower. And that one white flower signifies the first person that will survive this disease. So we're excited to have white flowers in the future. But for Sunday, we're all going to get together and be a part of this other Promise Garden ceremony that we're excited to have you guys come to.
The Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, Gate 7. Registration and check-in will commence at 1:30. There'll be food trucks on hand. This is all ages, all abilities, whatever works for you. Bring your puppy dog if they're well-behaved. If they're lazy like Stella May, then probably Stella May would never make it. She would just crawl out and you'd end up carrying her the whole way. Or put her in a wagon. Maybe we could do that. Join the fight against the disease. The funds raised will support the care, the support, and the research programs which are making a difference. It really does. I wish that I could just preach this loud from the highest mountain in the world and so that everybody hears it. This makes a difference, and you can be a part of the solution. And what a joyful day it will be when we've all got white flowers to carry, right? That'll be just a beautiful thing. Again, the opening ceremony and walk will get underway about 3 o'clock. Stuff to do for all ages. Get out there. And this is not a race, Colleen. We're just all walking together, making a difference, right?
That's correct. Not a race. Just coming together to enjoy the day.
And again, folks, resources, tons of resources, truckfuls of information are available to you. The website to visit, alz.org. And maybe God brought you here because you're at your wit's end and you just don't know what to do. Then I want you to write down this phone number and call. It's 800-272-3900. That is the 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week, every single day of the year helpline. 800-272-3900. There is no reason for you to keep the blinds closed and the door locked and to shy away when hope is available and people want to be with you and they want to love on you and they can help provide support and get you on a path that is going to make this survivable and ultimately one of our greatest triumphs. It is the walk to end Alzheimer's this Sunday, Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. Rain or shine, Colleen, but we're betting on the shine, right?
Yes, we are. And no snow. We're betting on that shine. Can't wait to see it.
No snow. Oh, my gosh. Said as a true North Carolina. Well, it's November. It might bring snow, but we hope not. Folks, it is the walk to end Alzheimer's Sunday at, again, Gate 7 at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. Colleen, thanks so much for the visit. I hope there's an enormous crowd out there, and let's stay in touch and come back and be with us again soon.
Thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate it.
Have a fabulous day. We got to take one more break. It's 9:47, 13 minutes before the top of the hour. When we come back, we're going to turn right around and head back to Beaufort for the Wine and Food Fall Fest. No pirates this time, just yummy, yummy, yummy in the tummy, tummy, tummy. Next on News Talk Sports, the Triad WSJS.
Get
it to Crossroads Ford of Kernersville today. You guys asked for rebates, and they listened. Crossroads Ford is offering the largest rebates they've had in years. You asked for lower interest rates, and Crossroads Ford delivered. Super low interest rates right now for up to 72 months. You gotta come see John and the gang. Check out all their brand new Fords in stock and ready to go home with you today. Crossroads Ford of Kernersville, right off of I-40 on Highway 66. They make it so easy.
Hi, folks. Brian Kilmeade here. I'm so excited to bring the latest breaking news, sports, politics, and entertainment to High Point, to Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and beyond. Join me this morning at 10 right here on your home for the Brian Kilmeade Show. News, talk, sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Tune in to WSJS, where the Triad comes to talk. Start your day with Triad Today and Jeffrey Griffin. Dive into the latest with Jill Berlin, Brian Kilmeade, Todd Starnes, Dana Lash, Josh Graham, and Colin Cowherd. Stay informed with news, talk, and sports that matter to you. Listen live and be part of the conversation that's shaping the Triad. Don't miss a moment. Visit WSJS.com and join the dialogue. WSJS, your voice, your station, your Triad connection.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. You get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
Hi, I'm Jay Delsing, a two-time All-American and PGA Tour veteran of 25 years. I know the game of golf inside and out. Each week, we'll feature celebrity golfers, share their laughs, inside stories, and offer great tips to improve your golf game.
I wanna swing, don't you wanna swing with me?
Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, proudly serving our community for over 50 years. That's Golf with Jay Delsing, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on WSJS.
Jeffrey Griffin with Triad Today on WSJS.
News, talk, sports in the Triad, WSJS. 10 minutes before the top of the hour. That's Christian Snyder. I'm Jeffrey Griffin. Thanks for being here. Bright and early on a chilly Tuesday morning, looking at a high of 46 today, much warmer tomorrow and Thursday with highs in the low 60s and plenty of sunshine on the way. Strong winds will remain in place today and the next few days. Time to get in the car and head east. We're going right back to Beaufort. You heard about the pirate invasion coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, I got more to do while you're in Beaufort. You need to head to the Beaufort Wine and Food Fall Fest. It is Friday and Saturday, and Brittany Pittman is with us. Brittany, you know all about this, don't you?
Hi, Jeffrey. Thanks for having me on. I sure do. I'm the director of the festival, so I know all the ins and outs and what's happening this weekend, and we really look forward to everyone joining us Friday. It starts off with Beaufort's Brewing, which is a relaunch of a beer event we've had in the past. We're excited to bring it back. So there'll be 8 different brewers, local breweries from each North Carolina. We'll be able to vote for the best brew. And then on Saturday, we go right into our oyster roast during the day, which is a fan favorite. It's been going on for over a decade, and this will be our largest year yet, and we can't wait for that. We have 5 different oyster farmers shucking up their finest, and we have local wild-caught shucking scenes and shucking tables available for people to shuck as they please, and we'll have fried oysters, local fried shrimp, a full buffet, and all the beverages you could ask for.
I mean, y'all, are you serious? Let's get on a bus and go. So let's get hopping. Friday night, Brittany, the fun and the brews and the food, it all gets going at 6 o'clock, right?
That's correct. It does. That's a 3-hour event, and we'll have a few local food trucks there serving up some great food, some great jams. We have Gas Money Band on that night. So come on out and vote for the brew. We look forward to seeing who takes home that trophy.
Now, Brittany, here's the other thing. Now, my grandmother made this unbelievably wonderful oyster stew, and I grew up eating fried oysters. I love oysters. And then, as an adult, I find out that some people have them steamed or raw. And I went, ooh, no, that's a little gaggy for me. I just can't do that. And so when somebody said, Jeffrey, there's down in Beaufort, they have an oyster thing. And I immediately said, well, how do they make them? Now, I would tell you, Brittany, Vicky and I, that's my wife, Vicky and I have even had roasted oysters.
Oh, yeah.
That was spectacular. But so, y'all, if you go, if raw just kind of makes you wiggle and you can't do it, they've got fried, and fried oysters are a gift from God. And so you've got that, and there's a full buffet. If you don't even want oysters, you're still not going home hungry. There is plenty to eat, right?
Yeah, if you're not a seafood person, you don't like oysters, we got a full buffet full of, smoked meat, smoked brisket, pork, chicken, and all the fixins. So that's all in your ticket price. Tons of wine. We've got many wine seminars taking place, so you can go sit in a small audience and chat with a wine expert, and they'll teach you all about pairing wine with oysters. And we've got spirits as well and beer on tap. So something for everybody, really.
And Brittany, what's the easiest way? Should we get tickets online? Should we wait and get them? And where are we going to gather for all this?
Sure. Yeah. So it's all located at the Beaufort Hotel on the front lawn.
Okay.
And the best way to get tickets is beaufortwineandfood.org. And I do recommend getting them ahead. The oyster roast is close to selling out. So there's a few remaining. I looked this morning in inventory, so I would snag those if you would like to come to that. We do have some left at the beer event on Friday, so grab that ticket too and make it a whole weekend.
All right, so folks, you take off after work. You can't even sneak out early. I'll write you a note. Get down there Friday night for Beaufort's Brewing. That gets underway at 6 o'clock, and the oyster roast and all of the wonderfulness that is involved with that gets started at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Brittany, is that right?
That's correct.
All right. The website to visit, beaufortwineandfood.org. Go down there, stay the night, just go Friday night and then go spend Saturday. You can make your way back home to the Piedmont Triad on Sunday. And what an extraordinary fall weekend in Eastern North Carolina. Brittany, I know you're going to have a big crowd. Count us in. I can't come this year, but next year,
Sure.
I'll be there. That would be fun.
We'd love to have you guys. We'd love to have you.
That's great. Fried oysters. I'm telling you. You all, I'm serious. Don't roll your eyes. It's one of the best things you ever put in your belly. I know about these things. You should trust me. It's good stuff. They got shrimp and all. Just go down there and eat. You'll love it. All right, Brittany, I appreciate the visit. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Have a wonderful weekend. How could it be anything other than wonderful with all that good stuff to eat and drink? Folks, that's going to do it for the big show. We got to get out of the way. Brian Kilmeade, Todd Starnes, Dana Lash, even Josh Graham was coming up. He'll be here this afternoon on the drive from 3 to 6. Christian and I are going to go. We'll see y'all in the morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. Have a spectacular Tuesday. And veterans, thank you. We are ever grateful. News Talk Sports of the Triad, WSJS.